Alright, think we're good, think we're ready, think we'll start. Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Umamusume new character initial runs featuring the very own, me, Gino Penguin, but also featuring Lucky Lilac, who is the new character that has come out in the last few days. So we'll be doing a few runs with her. Why am I so slanted? Why does this happen every time? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we will be doing some runs with the initial Lucky Lilac. We'll get that done. We'll probably just do one or two, and then we'll move on to the CM prep. Figure we might as well continue down the path of the Ines Fujin runs. I've been getting pretty decent results in terms of the inheritances, so I feel like if we get really lucky, we could probably get like an S rate, maybe even an S rating for medium. That'd be kind of amazing. And some other stuff there, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, if I seem a little different in terms of my movements, it's because I've adjusted my my setup a little bit, so hopefully that makes it a little better. I also cleaned, you know, the biggest thing is I cleaned my friggin' the phone here. It's full of spin, gross stuff, but I actually cleaned it and adjusted the settings a little bit, so now hopefully it makes me a little bit more better in terms of the movement here. Not really that needed, but I kind of figured. But yeah, we'll get into that, so without further ado, I will now begin to play the game. Starting now. Alright. So, if you... Okay, what the heck is going on? Super Creek. What I was gonna say, I have new friends, is that I actually got pretty damn lucky when it came to Lucky Lilac over here in terms of actually pulling for her, because I only got her in 10 pulls, which is actually probably, honestly, the best I've ever had that happen. I don't think I've ever really had any character within the first 10 pulls. I'm not kidding. I think this is actually the first time, so... And I didn't even use any gems for... Or I didn't use any carrots for this. I used my tickets. Like, you can see I still have 10 tickets here. I had 20. I used my first 10. Actually, I can just prove it right here. Like, here you go. Here's the first 10. Within, like, the first 4, you can see I had her, so... Very, 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 very lucky. Which is why yesterday, my stream of... What did I... Yeah, of... Super Mario Galaxy 2. The luck didn't show up there. And, I did go outside today, and I did not get hit by a car, so, I'm thinking that's gonna happen at any point in my life, but... We'll see how that, my lack of luck translates to something down the line, but that's pretty much that. Actually, speaking of which, let me do my obligatory... I mean, I guess it's an SSR, but... Wow, that's useless. Okay, damn it. I thought I got Machan there for a second. I was gonna be like, oh my god, single pull. I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting a SSR from a pull like that is still pretty good, all things considered, but... Yeah, not really. Okay, so, anyway. Got that going. I have quite... between this game and the English version, I have so many gems saved up, because I have like 29k gems saved up in the English version, because Ines is about to come out in about 2 weeks. I might do a few pulls for Flower, or Nishino Flower, just because, I mean, she's really good character to have in the meta sense, especially her unique skills are really good parent skills, so I might try and go for her, but I'm not going to really go out of my way to use up all my tickets there. And we'll see what comes out after Lucky Lilac, which I think is, when does this gacha end? 19th, so we got about a week until this ends, so I have to wait until then, but in the meantime, let's, well, first of all, let me see who I got as in, how many friends do I have? I have so many friends. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, let's just get into it. So, we will start with looking at who this Lucky Lilac is, and in order to do that, we need to start with, unfortunately, because the new scenario doesn't have the actual story, we're gonna have to start right into Ura Finals, the good old classic, and we'll do good old runs with Lala over here. From the little bits of her I've seen, she seems like a really fun character. She's got this little kind of like I don't want... Gatmoe might not be the right word, but like the difference in character between her inner self and her outer self. And actually, before we even get started on runs, I want to show y'all some of the character, or not character, some of the lobby conversations, because her first lobby conversation is hilarious. There was a translated version that got posted on the subreddit, I think a few days ago, but I'll try and like summarize it in short. But this conversation is hilarious. Because like on the outside she's all refined and stuff, but on the inside, this is what she's thinking. Basically, she's like, oh my god, I need to sneeze. Oh no, I'm gonna be really... It's gonna be... It's like, oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh god, it's gonna be really loud. Everyone's gonna hear it. And then... Nice breath control. And I'm like, that honestly encompasses her character pretty damn well. It's like, in the inside, she's all like, you know, Kansai girl, you know, similar to kind of Tama in a way, you know, like very, supposed to be that, like that loud, brash, like, character, but on the outside, she's trying to be all, like, refined, so it's like the kind of the inner, I guess, conflict there. The other thing I want to show y'all that I thought was really hilarious was that her character story, if you go into that's the main story, oh god, no, not the main story, the character story. You know, for the number of years I played this, you think I know where to go. But, there we go. Like, her character story starts, literally, with this Boke Sukomi routine, the comedy manzai duo. It literally just starts off like this. Yeah, the good old comedy manzai duo with her trainer. And apparently this whole thing with like the trainer wants to, in this story at least, wants to be like the ultimate Boke to her Sukomi. And it's like, damn. And if you don't know what that means, I think it's like Boke Sukomi is basically like the classic, like one person's like being the idiot and then the other's kind of the straight man. Similar to how you know with Tama, right? Like she has her whole like kind of routine Tamamo cross with Oguri and all the other characters with their silly antics, and then Tama's trying to act as a straight man. Pretty much this kind of dynamic here. But yep. Yeah, and yeah, blah blah blah, and then it's actual thing. I just think it's hilarious that it immediately starts off with just the comedy routine, and then it just kind of goes from there. But that's Lucky Lilac in a sense. So I definitely have gotten to warm, even before we started this, like kind of the first few routes here. I'm definitely interested to see what she's like, because originally I wasn't really the hugest fan of her, and it's not loading. I was never really the hugest fan of her, but it is kind of interesting that, you know, we got this little kind of dynamic here, so I'm curious to see how this story goes with this. So with that being said, okay, so she's a mid-mile, very, very standard mid-mile with the pace late, so... And if I remember looking at her stats correctly, is that it kind of can go either way in terms of either pace or late. Like, you see these are kind of late skills, like late surgers, but I think those can evolve into being pace chaser, and there are a few pace chaser skills here as well, so really, it can go either way. I'm gonna try and build her into pace, I guess. I mean, really, honestly, this first run is just gonna be to go to get her story. I don't think it's gonna be important like what I try to build her as, so I'm just gonna kind of, honestly, low-key, I would never ever in my life recommend you choose the auto, but I'm just gonna go auto here. Actually, no, I don't want to do auto, because the auto's gonna just give me shite. And I kind of, maybe there's an off chance that we can have a good parent. Although from what I've been seeing, she's not a candidate. Actually, no, she's not a good candidate for a parent. The documents I've been reading says that her inherits, like, she has a good skill, unique skill, but it doesn't translate to anything when inherited, so not a good candidate for parenting, unfortunately. So either way, I feel kind of weird just doing auto runs. So we'll just I'll just at least get something here. Let's do Oguri, I guess. Why not? Sure. Okay, mid. And I guess for the mile part, I have somebody as well. Let's see. Not Ines. Oh, okay, I know where that's from. Never mind. I was like, why do I have this? One of the many fan runs I did. Let's see. Guess we can probably just go with this Nishino flower. I kind of want somebody with some... Hello? Okay, there we go. Kind of want somebody with some mile inherits, though. Do I really not have anybody in this group? Let me continue scrolling and see. How about this Taiki shuttle? No. I don't know why I'm spending so much time trying to figure out like which one I want. Like I said, this is just the first initial. I guess just to keep this for the next run. I guess that's my reasoning. Because the next one I'm going to do is probably going to be in the what do you call it? The dream scenario. So that one I'm going to be a bit more serious about actually trying to get a good one. At least decently going for my stadium team. So I can raise her affection up to level 6 and then dump her like the rest of the Umas that I don't really care too much about. But depends on how well she does. Depends on how much she woos me, I guess, which is a really weird way of putting it, but... it's a dirt. That's just dirt. Oh, right, this is the parent I made for, Ines, which I still can't believe I did that first try. But, let's see... that has some... Okay, yeah, that works, that's perfect. Okay, we'll go that, and then if we're doing a mid... I should probably not use that, because I'm not training her to be a dirt character. So, this one, I think... Oh wait, but we're doing Ura Finals, so no Casino Royale here, or Casino Drive. I think I'll just do this, sure, we'll just maximize friendship, I guess. Yes. Okay, good. Sounds good to me. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I've went out and did stuff, so my feet hurt, because I was walking around everywhere, but it was good. It's good to go out, the weather update, by the way. Beautiful weather. It's nice, some clouds in the sky. Got some nice sunshine, but also the clouds also create some good shade. Beautiful weather. The temperatures were just perfect. Up, here we go. Back at it again with the comedy routine. Is she just... I mean, I think one of her defining character traits is that she is from Kansai, so like, yeah, of course this is going to be a thing, but... This is exactly the same as the character story, which I think is kind of funny. Man, she's not gonna lie, y'all. She's kind of slowly growing on me. I've been kind of working on my my tier list recently for Uma. And I've come to realize that Tama has actually slowly become one of my favorite characters. Like, she's really up there. And Lucky Lala, like, kind of... I don't want to say she's similar to Tama in a sense, because she's a little bit different, but definitely shares that Kansai, you know, gene there, so... Not gonna lie, y'all, she's starting to grow on me a little bit. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna be a little bit... Oh man, that was a lot of stuff. I'm glad I kind of skipped through that. Oh wait, yeah, what is she? Wait, that's hilarious. She's not even saying anything here. She's just thinking all of this. Wait, so she has multiple lines where she's just thinking to herself. She's not even saying anything to me, technically, even though I somehow, with my power of telepathy, I can still understand what she's saying, but it's kind of interesting. She just has multiple lines where she just has her inner thoughts there. Interesting. Okay. No time for dawdling. This is probably going to take up, like, a good amount of time between me kind of reading through these stories and me just kind of slowly going through all this, but, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I want to get to know this character a little bit better. Even if I won't really read most of these stories, just get a general sense of what she's like. And so far, he's definitely warming up to me for sure. We're just already see it now. Which is crazy, because I really didn't care about getting her the first time. Like, when she was announced to be the next character to be implemented, I was like, it's not Bukador, it's not Marsh. I'm like, yeah, okay. But, man, you know, I was bound to get her anyway, because of my determination to get all the characters, but I'm glad that it didn't take, you know, a majority of my jewels, or gems, or carrots, or whatever you want to call them. So, is this extra training? I'm assuming this is about the extra training. It sure is. No, Lala, you cannot. Alright. Man, after doing so many runs in Trackblazer on the English side, and then Dreams on this side, it's so nice to kind of go back to the original roots here and just do URA finals. Like, back to the basic, simple stuff. It's really nice. It's nice and calming, especially because I was doing a lot of runs on the English game today, because I was trying to focus on grinding for the event. And man, let me tell you, it's, I mean, for one thing, I'm kind of doing them while I'm watching stuff on YouTube and, like, variety shows and stuff, which helps because, man, let me tell you, some of that stuff, some of those runs can take a long time, so... Anyway. So here's what I'm a little curious about, and I guess I already kind of have the answer to it, is that how much of her kind of actual, like, inner self does she show off to her trainer? And I think the answer to that is quite a bit, right? Because it's a whole thing about the trainer wanting to be the bulkhead to her Tsukomi, so in that way, they should already know, like, oh, she is not the, like, refined lady that she seems to be on the outside, sort of things. Like, she has a bit more to her than that, which I think is good. I mean, as a trainer, you get to know the trainee very well, so I'm assuming at some point you're definitely going to know that anyway. Oh, her casual outfit. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what is... Can't really tell from the sepia tone, but that is her casual outfit. I think that's the first time we've seen it. What are my options? Stamina or wit? Let's go wit. Oh, nice. I got whatever that was. I think that was training perfect or whatever. But yeah, as with all the other runs that I've done with all the other characters, new characters, I'm gonna be looking for a few things. One, her winning animations for both non-G1 and G1 winning G1 races, and also just kind of general mannerisms and such. So we'll get to those when we get to the races, but for now, I am kind of curious. It did seem like, yeah, these two have a pretty good relationship, which is kind of interesting. Okay, the puppet comes again. There it is. Because I know everybody thought that Marsh was going to be trainable pretty soon, especially since the Dirt CM's about to come, where she would be very good candidate to be meta. I mean, there's still an opportunity, right? There's probably going to be one more character. Although, it used to be the case where... Oh god, why do we have the tense music? Oh boy. I should actually maybe read this. So that is... Uh-oh. She involved with bad people. Oh, that's why they're close. Duh, it's because they're both children of Orphe. I was kind of a little surprised that I saw that they had kind of a relationship going. I was like, oh wait, yeah, no shit, they're both related. They both shared the same father. That's a big duh. Indirectly members of the Gold Clan as well, so... Makes sense, checks out. And I've already forgotten what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but... It's gone to the nether. It's gone to the wither. Okay, what is this? 50? 50, yep. It seems that gave off big 50 energy. Yeah, I've already forgotten. I was too focused. Oh, right. I remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, it used to be the pattern where it's like they released 2 new characters and then it'd be the story event with the 2 alternate costumes, but they've kind of strayed away from that a lot. I think it's just because they're starting to run out. Not so much run out, but they have a limited number of characters that don't have any that aren't trainable yet. So I think they don't want to rush that, so they're being a bit more slower with it. Like, aka they like release like a third character from the story event as a separate gacha, or they release another kind of alternate outfit from like a scenario or something, aka like what happened with Love's Only You. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know where they pull for the next one, but hopefully we get another character, because I kind of like getting characters rather than new characters, as in just getting like the alternate costumes. But then there's also the little bit of me that's just like, well, it is kind of nice because then I can save up my gems anyway, so it's, you know, pros and cons. I do appreciate the, that she has the, what do you call those, the tights? Very good look. I'm biased, but that's a good look. We'll go with this one. We're not gonna do the POV. Yeah, I always like the characters that have the tight. I mean, the tights, but I think my favorite is the thigh highs. I mean, as a connoisseur of Zettai Roiki, I'm always very appreciative whenever that's there. AKA, I think characters like Karen is I think Machan has it. I'm trying to remember who has the thigh highs. I know Karen definitely has it. I think Machan. I don't remember who else. I don't know. Yeah, either way. I'm just gonna watch most of this because I want to see what her unique animation looks like, because I think it should activate, I hope. Guess we'll see if it doesn't. I want to see. Oh, there it is. Ah, yes, the yell of Kansai. That one's pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. Nothing like a Chris S with her friggin' sniper rifle, or some other like crazy examples. I don't know. There's some really crazy examples. There's also some pretty like laid back examples. I'm just thinking like Hishi Miracle. I don't know why that pops into my brain, but like her with her like, it's just like, oh, like, here I am, it's like daily life, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna step onto the race course now, and it's just like, oh, okay. It's very, very normal. I mean, it's apt for her as a normal, kind of normal girl. Lucky Lilac, there she goes. There she goes. Lucky Lilac. La 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 la. And that was easy. Okay, what does it look like? Okay, very refined, very, very general, very okay. That's standard. I wonder if her Kansai side's going to come out with the G1 winning animation. I guess we'll have to find out with that. But it's not too shabby otherwise. Okay. What does her schedule look like? I mean, obviously she has the triple TR races, which I'm assuming we're going to be seeing a really overpowered Almond Eye with Lols. Like the Okasho, or not the Okasho, the Oaks, and the Shukasho. But it looks like we got the Hanshin Junior Phillies, which I hope we should be able to win that. Yeah, it looks like we're going to win those, so with the rest of them, there aren't requirements for getting first. We got the Nakayama Kinen, we got the Osaka High, and then we got the Victoria Mile, so pretty standard for Tiara characters, the Mare Phillies, all those characters. Checks out. We'll keep on training. What do we got here? Oh, this is probably a mood down event. This feels mood downy. Yeah. Ah, the dialogue that comes from the bad moods. Wait, no, it's not the bad down mood event. It's the low energy mood event, or the low energy dialogue. Wait, what is she saying? The other thing about her too is that she speaks in the dialect too, so it's even harder for me to try to figure out what she's saying, because she's saying it all in the different what is it? I guess I like to know tone. What's the word I'm thinking of? She says it in a different way, and it gets confusing for me because it's like it's already hard enough. Ofu. What? I thought she was saying offsides at first, but I don't think that's what she's saying. I don't know what she's saying there. I don't know. Katakana can get really stupid sometimes. Anyway, let's just heal. Oh, 70 plus. That's a 70. Oh, is that what her casual uniform? Or casual clothes look like? That's interesting. I wish there was an option to, like, remove the text box. Is there? I don't think there is an option to remove the text box like this. Nah, there isn't, because I want to see her full outfit. I know we're mostly seeing it, but, like, you never know if there's, like, some weird design going down here, maybe. It could. It really could, you know, you never know. Oh, there it is. Okay, it wasn't weird at all, actually. There we go, but she got healed at least. That's good. Okay, preparations for the Hanshin Junior Phillies. Makes sense, she is a Philly. She is from Philly. Good old Philadelphia. You know, Philadelphia, the Kansai of America. There's no way that's actually a thing. I don't know, there might be like something of like, oh yeah, you know, like insert regional America, like insert regional place. I guess that would be more like the South than anything, really, if we really think about it. I don't know, what would be a good comparison for like comparison of Kansai region to like American regions. I'm not sure about that one. Alright, what about Buena? Buena Vista? Buena Vista? I hardly know her. Okay, well that was just a story event. Oh yeah, now we get the I was gonna say, now we should get the bad mood dialogues. I love her inner thoughts because it's so different from what she, like, the outside of her. It's just like the gap between those two is just hilarious to me. Really, really endearing myself to her from that. Alright, let's go. But yeah, I need to get that mood healed because that's not good right now. I might even just do a good old odekake real quick. Or as we like to call it, recreation. I'm very familiar with that term because, I mean, obviously that just means, like, generic, like, recreation, but also that is a thing in Gakumas as well. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Casino Drive, which, I don't know why you're here. I didn't include you, but okay, there we go. We're good. Didn't even need to. Recreations are for nerds. We don't need to do that. It happens automatically anyway. Okay. Let's do one of these. Let's try and get Happy Meek up to final boss level. Well, that's not what you want to see. There's a character I want to see as implemented. Wait, why did I think that would... doesn't that upgrade your mood? I thought that... never mind, it's not that important. Okay. Okay, keep on training. Like I said, don't care about how this one goes. I'm just doing this just to get her general story and see what it looks like. Give me all four stats. What is going on outside? Something's happening outside. I'm hearing the shenanigans of whatever's happening. Hopefully that's not coming through the mic. Should I just, let's do this, so I can get the chairman up also, because that's actually going to be important this time around. I'm so used to the fact that I don't have to worry about the chairman anymore, like her levels being up to the standard that it needs to be to get the level ups, but unfortunately that's not the case here. Let's go. Wait, does this even... oh, it does matter, because I'm using Sounds of Earth right now. Let's go with this one, I guess. Sure. Okay, oh, that's tempting, but also this is tempting. But also, let's just go with this one, so I can get everybody up to Friendship Rainbow Fun Times. Why does this feel like it's going to be a mood down event? Oh, nope, it isn't. We're fine. Okay, thank goodness. Alright, here comes our first G1 race featuring... I don't know who's probably going to be in this. Is it wait, Lilac and Buena. Is Buena Vista in this one? Maybe? Is this one of the races where, like, Buena Vista comes close to winning, but she doesn't because of weird circumstances? Because she has a lot of those, for sure. But it'd be kind of interesting to see in the next few years if that ever happens. Let's find out. Okay, well there's no like OP competition right now. Yeah, no like Buena Vista or anything, so let's watch this from the point of view. Sure, why not? Let's go. Let's get that going. Hey Gabe, what's up? Good seeing ya. How's Lala's career? It's good. It's going good so far. I'm liking the dynamic of her outside trying to be all like polite and like refined, and then her inside being all Kansai, you know, Kansai. Very, very Tama coded for sure. How was the game yesterday? Hope you had a good time over there. I've always never been to. I'm assuming that's, what do they call it now? It's T-Mobile Park or whatever. Yeah, that's I mean, I have actually ever been to Seattle now that I think about it, but definitely would love to go one of these days. Like a little bit of me definitely wants to do a whole like go to every ballpark and watch a game, but that would require me to really plan a lot of, you know, travel and stuff. So I'm just gonna try and go as many as I can, you know, within a reasonable area. And I've gone to like quite a few. Like so far, how many have I gone to? Like Milwaukee, Dodgers, both Chicago stadiums. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? I toured Petco Park, San Diego, but I never got a game there. Oh, and the Giants, yeah. Back when I lived in the Bay Area, I went to a Giants game, and I went to a few games at Oakland Coliseum, which isn't the stadium anymore, but yeah. I mean, overall, that's like what? I wasn't keeping track of count there. 6. So that's 6 stadiums, 5 of which are still active right now. That's still a pretty good number, honestly. But yeah, like I said in previous streams, definitely need to go out and catch a game at Angel Stadium at one point. Maybe even travel down to San Diego to witness a game there. I've heard really good things about the environment and the stadium atmosphere for sure. So, it's an amazing game. Astros can't pitch. Yeah, I did see that they've been struggling for sure. Got to see Randy home run too, and it landed pretty close to me, like the section above me. Damn, that's awesome. I remember I was at a Cubs game one time, and I was at the bleachers, and there was a home run that landed like almost like 3 rows ahead of me, and it's kind of funny because I saw the highlight of it, and I was in that section, and so you could see me just like reacting, be like, "Oh my god, it's right there!" And it's like, it's really funny, but nah, it's cool. It's cool. Fun stuff, yeah. Always a fun time whenever you can catch one of the games for sure. Yeah, she has the Yosha! Nice. That's funny. Of course she's gotta act refined on the outside, but you see the inside, you hear the inside thoughts of her being like, Yosha! And like, ah, let's go! And stuff like that. We love the Cat Moe. But now she's gonna have a struggle because she's gonna have to go up against Almond Eye. And that's gonna, I'm assuming we're gonna have some pretty OP competition within the next few races here. Managed to get into the Jumbotron too. Nice. Nice. It's a achievement on its own. I have yet, I think the only time I was on the Jumbotron was when I went to a college basketball game, and this was a women's college basketball game, so there were like barely any people in the stands, so I was just there, and you know, they were like, obviously, like they were just looking for anybody, so I was like, okay, here I am, and then I somehow got onto Jumbotron. That was back when I was still in like high school, so I was, you know, the awkward kid that no, it was middle school, I think, so I was an awkward kid, so I just saw that and I was like, oh, hey, and then I just, you know, just awkwardly, like, I didn't do any, like, the crazy, like, oh, I'm on the Jumbotron, hi, mom, it's like, well, my mom was right there, too, but, yeah, nothing crazy like that, so, I'm sure that will be maybe different now that I've, but maybe not, who knows. The number of games that I've been to, it kind of makes me realize I've gotten pretty close to getting a foul ball. Speaking of like home run balls and all that stuff, like I remember one game I was in Oakland, I was just like vibing, watching the game, and then like this kid comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, can I have that?" And I didn't even notice that there was like a foul ball that just landed right next to me. I don't know how I didn't notice, but I just didn't notice, and it was right there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, here you go." It's just like I just gave the kid the ball. And I just look back and I'm just like, if I paid attention, maybe I could have gotten that. But also, you know, it's a kid, you know, give the ball to a kid, you know, it's just like, you know, just one of those things. But that was kind of funny. Because otherwise I have not come close to any, like, getting any foul ball or home run or anything. Usually I don't usually sit in the field, the, like, bleacher field, like, those areas to catch home runs. Whenever I go to game, I usually try and get, like, the, like, seats kind of, not great seats, but, like, it's, like, usually, like, two, like, I guess, like, upper, but not upper level. Like, decent enough, but, like, not, like, you know, like, nosebleeds or anything, so... But, yeah, I was on the Jumbotron whilst everyone is singing out, "Take me out to the ball game." Hell yeah, yeah. That's the classic 7th inning stretch. I know there's a few teams that do their own thing too. Like, I think no, the Cubs do that too. I'm just thinking the Cubs also had, like, if they win, they have their stupid song that they sing. I say stupid because, you know, the Cubs and Brewers are supposed to be rivals. I mean, they probably don't see that, but the Brewers don't really have any rivals, so, you know, I guess the Cubs are there. The big brother, little brother sort of dynamic. What is this? What is this gonna be? Oh, hey, it's Virginia. Look at that. Two characters that suffered from having monsters in their generation. In that way, I can see them kind of getting along, right? Oh, shoot, it's Aruhu. Wait a second, is this just a gathering of characters that suffered from monsters in their generation? Because all 3 of these... yeah, it's all of them. It's the whole gang. This is the support group right here, apparently. It's kind of funny. And then, yeah, it's just Aruhu's just like, oh, social interaction? Ew, gross, I hate it. Like, why are you here then? Okay, bye. I guess she just leaves. Ah, classic Aruhu, Ice Queen. We still love her for it, but... Interesting. Oh, okay, this is the, like... Oh, I got sharp, let's go. Okay. Not that that's important right now, but... Because I'm doing this in Ura Finals, unfortunately, but that's still kind of nice, I guess. Oof. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Somehow beat the odds. Oh, hey, look at that. It's your uncle. Yeah, uncle. Uncle Goldship's here to save the day. I mean, she is part of the Gold Clan, for better or for worse. Just the kind of... Not even... No, she's direct. She has direct lines to it. I'm just like, it's just like the grandparents, so... But for better or for worse, she is part of the Gold Clan. I think her internal monologue definitely screams Gold Clan. It's just like the chaotic nature of that. That was her first fast learned event. Yeah, apparently. That's kind of interesting. Speaking of which, Oka shows in several hours. Yeah, I did see that. That's going to be pretty interesting. Get to see potential next crop of good mare fillies. Hopefully we get somebody good from that. But what is going on here? I'm not really reading the story right now, but of course, and the Fenomen was just being is suffering as usual. Mamichin's just there. Existence is suffering for her being in this family. Ah, and there's Grandpa right there. Oh, and there's Uncle. And let me guess, Orphe's gonna be here too. Orphe has to be here. They've gotta have her. They've gotta actually have her father there. I have no idea what's going on. Is she not even there? Hold on. I'm just gonna skip through this a little bit. Please show me my options here. Stamina. I hardly know her. Oh, there she was. She just popped up for a second. Good old father figure. I have a bad feeling that the almond item I'm about to face is going to be very, very, very OP. So this is probably going to be a scheduled loss, but let's see how bad it is. Ah, just to refine this. No crazy Kansai shenanigans. I also love... I think this is the first This is the first time that we're seeing, like, because she's not even saying anything in that line, it's just her thoughts there. But using our telepathy powers, we can still understand what she's saying there. Like this. Like, I think that's the first time in the in any trainable character that we have something like that, where it's like she's not even saying anything, but we still somehow know what she's saying, which I think is really funny. I mean, it makes sense, like, she has the whole thing about her inner dialogue versus her outside appearance. Want to witness the making of a triple tiara crown now that I'm actually keeping track of races. Actually, I hope Craw gets the senior spring triple crown, although he's never raced long before. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know Craw's off to a good start with the Osaka High. But yeah, that's going to be probably a tougher challenge because it doesn't have the history with the long races. But you never know. You never know. Maybe he has the genes in him. But we shall see about that. But yeah, I mean, everybody's probably going to be cheering for triple crown, triple tiara. It's always fun to see whenever that happens. It's still pretty rare, so even though it has happened I don't want to say fairly often, but it has happened a few times over the last 10-ish years with both of those, so... But still, you know, it'd still be kind of interesting, all the storylines there. Okay, there's Eye of Almond. Okay, how bad is it? Let's see. How bad? Wait, I actually have odds of wait a second, that's not right. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh. Okay. I was gonna say, there's no way. Why am I the favorite here? Oh, you know what? I guess that may have reflected real life. I was like, there's no way she's worse than me. It's like, yeah, it is because of IRL, right? Because, like, Almond Eye wasn't expected to be first, like, be that good. And it's just like, oh, she's actually way better than anyone thought she'd be. That's crazy. Look at those stats, yo. That's insane. For this time, at this time of year, in this location, insert Steam Times reference here, but, like, what in the world? There's no way. Brother, there's no way. Also, she's racing as a end closer. That's interesting. She's not an end closer, right? I thought she's usually a pace chaser, so... Interesting. Okay. Any other interesting... No, probably not. Alright, let's take our scheduled loss. Yeah, by 8 lengths. Alright, well... Alright, that's fine. See, now... I kind of want to do this in the onsen... Well, no, the onsen... Well, the onsen... Yeah, the onsen scenario has her races, so... Kind of want to see if I can try and beat her in, like, this scheduled storyline. Highly doubtful I can, but that'd be kind of interesting to see. Hopefully the Kita-san genes kick in, who took 2 Spring Tenno show. But yeah, it's what, like I said, right? It's just like she has the genes for it, maybe. So, or he has the genes for it. Oh, that's a mood down event. Okay, we're fine. Thank goodness I had that. Now I want to watch this Oka show. Yeah, well, let's eagerly anticipate the future. Next results. Like, I'm not too deep into Keiba, but it will be kind of interesting to see. Where did my... Hold on. Oh, okay, I thought I dropped something there. Whoa, that was weird. It's like, we're fine. What am I doing? Probably the top option. Okay, there we go. Because she's running her pace right now. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Alright, unfortunately, Lilac. Unfortunately, Lala, we, this one isn't gonna probably be... Let's see how much, even if she's even more better than she was before. Let's find out. How bad is it? Oh my god, she's slightly better than she was before? I remember one of those being B, but that's still insane. Alright. Yep. Oh my god, by a freaking distance. How badly did she actually beat her IRL? I'm actually curious about that one. I don't know. Wasn't it the same with Still and Aruvu? Aruvu was favorite but still won. I think that's how it was too. With the initial races, at least. Like the Oka show. Like, you never know. Expectations change and all that. Okay, should I heal? Probably, but yeah, I should probably heal for this summer training times. Okay, and get ready for the good old Shuka show. Ooh, spicy. Also funny that I just realized I have Almond Eye in this in my support deck right now. It's like I'm training with Almond Eye, and it's like, who is my rival, technically speaking. Hold on, yeah, what are some of her unique lines here? There was another one, I swear there was another one that was weird. Is that the only one? I swear she had another one that was kind of the thoughts one. Okay, apparently that's the only one. Okay, I thought there was another one there. Okasho I won by 1 3/4 length over Lala. Okay, so it was still pretty close. It wasn't like the 8 lengths that she won against here. Uh-oh, what's happening here? Oh, okay, that's just there's a scripted injury thing. Japanese Oaks was 2 lengths. Okay, well, she's not as the monster that this game makes out to be, but she's still, I mean, I can see why. It's like it's scripted loss, so of course they're gonna make her way more powerful. This one. Alright. GG's. You're still gonna lose anyway, because, you know, scripted loss, but maybe I might have a chance. Even with all that training, I'm still nowhere near the level I was, or that Almond Eye was during even the Oka show, so I think we're cooked here, lads. I mean, I know we did the cooking stream yesterday, but I think we're cooked, y'all. Or, sorry, not yesterday. I've lost track of days at this point. Thursday. Yesterday was a Galaxy, which that ended up being pretty good. Although nothing new, because like I said, I did the playthrough 3 months ago that I kind of stopped past the 3rd world. But, so hopefully now then there should be new worlds once we, starting next week at least. Do I revect? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, good. Okay. And yeah, I'm just using, for my support deck right now, I'm just using the one I usually use for, my fan runs. Because all of them have the max, or not max, but like a good amount of fan count bonus. That's why I'm using it like this. Just the random stuff. Okay, here we go. Juka Show I won by 1.5 lengths, but Lala got 9th. Oof, that's a yikes. Well, let's see if we can improve on that, I guess. Okay, how bad is it? How bad is it looking, Doc? Good heavens to Betsy. Jesus H. Christ. Okay, this is... We're so cooked, y'all. Well, here we go. Hey, we won by... Didn't win. We, lost by 9 lengths, but at least we won over 3rd place by 9 lengths. Man, imagine. Imagine how crazy that would be, IRL. If that's actually the case. Alright, well, there we go. Almond Eye gets the triple tiara. Well, at least from this point, I think, it can only go up from here. It's not like Almond Eye is going to continue to win more G1 races. You'll be fine. Ooh, which one do I want here? Probably this one, because I think the other one is one I get later. From one of the race, from one of the skill cards. Uh-oh, 30. It's the 30. Hey, I got all of them this time. There are some times when I just don't even get one of those. The 30, 50, 70. Yep. Is this talking about her, That was talking about her probably winning... Wait, no. I don't know what that was winning for. Something. Whatever race Almond Eye won there. Did I ever win an Arima Kinen? I don't think she did. That's the whole thing of why she has like the E rating for long in this game. Yeah. Like, as much as she won all the races she did, I think Arima Kinen was the one that she couldn't get, unfortunately. Because if she did win that, I think she would have had a much better... Oh, that's that behind, though, of Orphe. But yeah, she would have probably had a much better long-distance ranking if she actually won that. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? The answer is no. Hey, there we go. Okay. Let's go. Let's get that stamina up a little bit. I mean, I'm probably going to be using her. I mean, again, I'm probably not going to be using this one specifically for any team trials or stadium things, but I want to try and train her as a mile medium. Maybe focus on the mile part. I don't need stamina. I don't need. Oh, look, it's your father. Yeah, get the plush of your father. That's a good idea. There we go. 2019 Anima Kinen, I got 9th while Shuval got 6th. Yeah, and I think that's the only one that she ended up racing in, so they just realized that she's not really fit for long distance, unfortunately. I mean, you can't win them all unless your name is insert unbeaten race here, or horse racer here. I'm sure there's a few. Oh yeah, the raffle. Man, I forgot that this was a thing. Let's see what we got. Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, yeah, share it with your family. Okay. Crazy how much of a difference 100 meters makes. It is kind of interesting because people don't really consider Arima Kinen to be like a long distance race. It is a long distance for all things considered, but like it is really pretty much like, you know, it's 2,500 meters. It's not like a spring Tenno show or like a, what's another kind of like long distance race where it's like 3,200 meters. Because, like, those ones are actually, like, long. I guess it's kind of pushing towards medium-long at that point. Because even, like, the 2,400-meter races are still, like, pretty long. I feel like most of the standard medium-distance races kind of go into, like, 2,000 meters. So, like, 2,400 meters still feels like kind of the hybrid mid-long. Whereas then you push it to 2,500, and then that's when it's like, okay, yeah, that's pretty long. But, Valentine's Day. There we go. Oh, is my thing not enough? Do I not have enough fans? I don't have enough fans. That's unfortunate. But also, that's fine. Like I said, this is a throwaway run. This is more of a story run because, unfortunately, the current scenario does not allow us to get the story. So, that's always been kind of the most annoying part whenever we have the scenarios that kind of are a bit more freeform, because then we can't use those to see what the story looks like. Even when you consider I broke the record for Japan Cup 2,400 meter. Yeah, that is kind of interesting too. It's like the fact that she was so successful in that, and then it's just you add 100 more meters, and then suddenly things. I mean, there are a lot more other variables that can go into that though. It's like, you know, the weather condition, the turf condition, the opponents. You know, it's a lot of other things that can go that way. Like even the horse condition itself can be way different. Yeah, you have to take into account different racetracks, courses, tracks. Yeah, Arima Kinen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. So very very hard to make the distinction, but there are a lot of different things that go into it. Oh, just blast one piece in Kiseki over there. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's do... I don't like any of these options. Let's go with this one. Try and get the Osaka high win over here. Yeah, give me my energy. Okay. Where is this? Oh, Osaka. Oh wait, that was Dubai. What was what did Dubai have anything to do with that? Dubai? However you pronounce it. Yosha! Oh wait, I should have checked who the competition was there. I mean, I saw Kiseki was there, but I should have probably checked to see who else was there in terms of the storyline. Because I'm just kind of doing a fast run right now. Actually, you know what? For situations like this, I should turn off the fast skip. Maybe I should just make it the normal skip, so that we can kind of at least get a better sense of what the story's like. Because I'm not gonna read all of it, but like I want to see like all the different shenanigans that happen. So in that case, maybe I should. Can I change the setting from here? Yes, I can. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because yeah, I think I do this now. Okay, there we go. Now it's the not as fast skip. That's good. Of course you're there with. Of course you gotta be honorary member of Gold Clan. Just like Umamusume, you can build a CM ace that dominates a race, but that's terrible in a different one. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, the skills are slightly different. I don't know if I don't know if skills... I guess it kind of a little bit translates to IRL, but not really, because it's like the whole thing with like skill activation and all the stuff there, but it's a general idea, I guess. The top one. Alright, let's get, I'm gonna try my darndest over here to get the final boss Meek over here. That's probably not gonna happen. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. Nice. Nice. Alright, that one. Probably most realistic example of green skills. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because some horses may have better aptitudes for running in different conditions and stuff, or different racetracks. Makes sense. Yep. There we go. There's the Victoria Mile, and then isn't that it? There's no wait. There's one more. There's like one more race that she has to do. There's no way that's it. That would be crazy if that was the last one. Yeah, she has. Oh, she has two more. Wait, what am I saying? She has the Victoria Mile. She has the Elizabeth Cup, and then she has the Queen Elizabeth Cup, and then she has. Oh, that's sad. She has the Japan Cup, which I'm assuming that's the one that probably I wins in. Are we gonna see another? Are we gonna see an even more overpowered I? Probably. I don't remember who wins that one, but probably. Just happened to be in the. Just happened to be in the races that she's not in, and then happened to win those at least. At least she shows that. At least she's not like she's not like Shion-san, which doesn't get any wins. She gets at least a few. Oh, that's unfortunate. Her or Bukador, right? I've seen a lot of people say, oh, for fuck's sake. I've seen a lot of people saying that Bukador might end up being like a 2-star because she doesn't have any G1 wins or whatever. Which I say, that would kind of suck, because that means we'd have to wait a long time for her to actually show up. At the same time, though, I wouldn't necessarily really be opposed to it, because, like, we do need more 2-star characters. I mean, more 2-star characters, not really complaining about. But again, that means we probably have to wait until like the 5.5th anniversary at the most. And that would be too long. Especially since she's the only one remaining out of all the characters that or all the Umas that got introduced during that 4th anniversary, whenever all of her compatriots got released. She's the only one remaining who has not been implemented yet. It was her and Lala for quite the time, and then now that Lala's out, it's just like now Bukador's the only one. He's just gotta wait, unfortunately. Umamusume is such a good game that really stays true to its inspiration. Like, my mind was blown learning about how thoroughbred horse breeding works, and how they actually translated that to legacy system. They've done a really good job with getting all the different aspects of stuff like implemented. If there's one thing I kind of wish that they did translated a little better, it was the whole thing about like. And I understand why they didn't, is like the whole thing with like pushing and like kind of like positioning through like pushing and stuff, which horses can do to an extent horses do in real life. Like they don't really do that here. And I remember there's been theories about people saying like Guts was supposed to be kind of the big part of that system with like the whole like pushing and like positioning and all that stuff. But they kind of nixed that because probably not a good look to have all these characters like pushing and shoving themselves. But it also could open up a lot more to some of the other storylines that happened. Translate that in IRL. Because there was a bit of that. If you look at the if you look at the initial, yeah, I was gonna say the very old Uma trailer, like the first trailers that came out before they did all the reworking, there was some like kind of bumping into each other and kind of that kind of dynamic of the game, but they kind of nixed that, so just kind of left that as a friendly competition, so to speak. Even if there are actual examples of horses at Gentle Donna who like push and do all that stuff there, but. It's fine, everybody's nice. Everybody in this game's nice, except for Vamonu, who apparently has beef with almost every character that she has relationships with. Which is why I don't love her very much. But that's neither here nor there. But it is kind of crazy seeing the differences between like the initial gameplay trailer. I'm glad that they took their time to create such a good game, because if you look at that first trailer, it is definitely rough around the edges at points. So glad to see they took their time to make it all good. It does kind of suck though that didn't really the timing, because I remember people were like, oh, you know, like back when the first season of the anime came out, I remember people were like, oh yeah, they got it's like this, it's gonna be this whole multimedia franchise. There's gonna be a mobile game. There's obviously the songs and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, probably gonna release the mobile game in time with the anime, and then they were like, oh, actually, never mind. And then we had to wait another 3 or 4 years before it actually came out, after the game came, or after the anime at least. But wait, did I just win? Oh wait, no, sorry, that was Queen Elizabeth. I thought I went to Japan Cup there for a second. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Nah, it's not gonna be. Unfortunately, I think we're up against a very powerful monster over here. Who's this? Yeah, probably that one. That Eye of Almond. Let me try. I don't think I have any chance, but let me try getting some skills in play. Maybe that might help me a little bit. Not really, but trainer can only hope, you know. Get all these skills up and running, I guess. I'll try my damnedest. Okay. Sure. Alright, Japan Cup time. Featuring that one. How bad is it, Doc? Let's see. Oh man, this isn't even that bad. Let's see how bad it is though. Oh, there's Bugador. Wait, where is she? Did I skip her? Yeah, there she is. Good fucking lord. Holy fucking shit. Oh my goodness. That's insane. What the actual heck is this? This is like a stat line that you can get from like the most recent scenarios, and like not even, because this is about par with that. Like, Jesus. Tap dancing Christ. Okay, well, we're so cooked. It's never been more cooked, lads. But now Uma has peaked and is so popular that Psy Games is sponsoring IRL races around the globe. Like, I think they're sponsoring a race for the UK. Yeah, like, they've been doing a lot more sponsorships with, like, stuff like the American Oaks, which was raced in Santa Anita, and they did stuff for the Breeders' Cup. They've been doing a lot of kind of work around the globe. I remember they had the whole, at the Kentucky Derby, I remember they had a whole, like, stand, kind of advertising the game and the franchise and stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, here's Bugador. Bugador wins, Psy Games, Bugador win. Anyway, let's get our scripted loss going. Holy motherfucking shit. Okay, you know what? I have 3,600 clocks. Let's see if we can't get this any better. I don't think I'm gonna win. There is no shot, y'all. There is no chance you're gonna win. If I can get even less than a distance... Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna say, if I can get less than a distance loss, that would honestly be a miracle. But that's insane. Yeah, how do you beat that? You don't. At least in this mode, you don't. Maybe in some of the other scenarios you can, but not in this one, because fuck that. But that's okay, you know? Because Almond Eye is just way too much of a monster. Just like the monsters that came before her. Hey, it's Christmas. Oh, that's a nice dress. Wait, hold on, pause. Aw, that's a really cute dress. Is this alternate uniform when? No, I doubt it, but like, or like alternate racing outfits. That would be hilarious if they end up releasing, like, you know, it's Lala, and then it's like, oh, next gotcha, here's Lala, but dress form. It's like immediately just like another alternate. That would be hilarious. But I highly doubt they're ever going to do that. Another 70, yes. Good job. Enjoying a nice comedy routine. There's the other Orphe child. Hey, Ines. I see you in third. Ines and Flash. Okay, I don't have anything good here, but let's just go for this one, I guess. Okay, I think I should have final boss Meek during the for the next race. At least I should have that planned out carefully, so based on how I did that. I think Gold City is the character with the shortest time between initial release and alt. Yeah, I think so too, because that came out pretty... That was like one of the first alternate costumes. Yeah, there she is. I can still beat her. That's nothing. That's nothing. You call that final boss? Shh, look at Almond Eye. That's the true final boss right there. Oh well, Meek, you tried. Okay. Alright, another successful training done. And another successful rivalry between... Very one-sided rivalry, but like... A rivalry. Wait, what is this song? Am I stupid? What is this? Oh, this is Wait, is this Voltage? No, it isn't. It's Oh, what song is this? I don't know the title of it, but I know it. It's in my running playlist, so. Oh, what is this one? It's a song. Winning 5. Is it Winning 5? Is this Winning 5? I don't think it is. This is a song that came out around the time I think Almond Eye and all the characters came out. Hold on, let me look at my playlist real quick. Starting Force? Hold on, I'm gonna play Spotify real quick. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one, yeah, Starting Force. Okay, that was that one. And also, I fixed, if you didn't notice, I fixed my, the playlist thing, so there you go. You can actually see the song now. Okay. Okay, anyway. That was, Alright, well there you go. That was Lucky Lilac. At least with, some of the storylines there. But yeah, alright. Overall, you know what? You've won me over. Cygames, you've done it again. You've won me over with another character that I initially didn't really care about that much. That's pretty much happened for me every character that I've done runs with. Like, in some way, I've come to like them a little bit more than when I initially started. I'm not going to mention the only exception to that because I feel like I rag on her way too much. Which, speaking of, I don't know if y'all saw the there was the unofficial character poll that came out, or at least the results. I know that was out a few months back, but they released the results for those, and it's kind of really amazing to see how much the popularities have changed between pre-global release and post-global release, because it is crazy seeing like the different. Because I think for the last three polls, Teo was #1, and now it's just. Who was #1 in that? I don't even... Takion, I think? Which, I mean, I guess that makes sense, because obviously. Yeah, I saw that. Believe was so low. I only mention that because I think the last ranked character was the character who I'm talking about right now, which is Air Messiah. I don't blame people, though. 1, she's not even in the game in the English version. 2, her character design is pretty boring. And 3... Yeah, that's actually the 2 biggest reasons, though. You say Believe so low. Ines is, I think, was like 8th to last or something. Like I mean, I expected that. When I saw the poll results come out, I immediately jumped to the last page because I knew she was going to be in that, and she was very low on that, which is expected. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. I think she was like 2nd lowest among the characters that are out in global right now. I think the last was like Seeking the Pearl. Yeah, it's a shame, but also I don't mind it too much. At least in situations like in situations where I'm competing against other fans, like similar to like this with the whole when this came out with the competing to rank for the trainer test or whatever, trainer aptitude test. It plays a advantage there because look at how I got 21st place, despite the fact that I think this was with like a UA4. So it was not even really that good, but I had no competition in that. Air Messiah is a character I honestly think is an NPC. Honestly, same. That character design is really boring. And honestly, her whole character is just... it's so boring. Like, I think she's the only exception to the whole thing of, like, if I do a training run, usually I like them a little bit better than before. I think after doing the training run, I just was like, I don't like this character at all. She's just so boring. Which is funny, because it's like, I kind of like characters like her, because her whole character personality was supposed to be like, she is kind of the underdog within her whole group. And she's like, kind of looked, like she's like the ordinary one of the four, you know, Daring Heart, Cesario, Minecraft. And so those type of characters are usually characters I like, but after doing her scenario, I was just like, I don't really love her too much. But it is what it is, you know. I know my two Ochi Shuval got 18th and Kita-san got 22nd. She got a win. Hey, there we go. Nice. Like I said, we love our underdogs. But yeah, wait, what order is this? Oh, this is fan order. I was like, what? This is not the order that I'm usually in. Right, because I think I was looking at the number of fans and the divide between Ines and then like the top 4 here, and then the huge gap. But what I actually want is default, which that's not right. Is that right? Hold on. No, that's not right at all. It's actually fan count. Wait, no, yes, maybe so. This one? It's this one. Maybe? It is. Okay, there we go. There we go. I just want to see, because I think we got go all the way downtown. I don't even still have Pisa's final part of the story yet. That's been delayed, but got at least that. Let's take a look at what her likes and dislikes are. Oh, never mind. That doesn't show up until the second part. Dang it. Well, at least we know she's 162 centimeters and her weight is Taoyakana. Oh god, what the fuck does that mean? Google Translate, can you help me? What does that mean? A gentle transition. Great, thank you. Okay, anyway. But, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, I use Ines for my fan runs, so that's why she's such a huge gap. Maybe one day I'll be able to get her 1 billion fans. It'll be just like Falco, you know, I'll get her like 500 billion fans or whatever. Let's do... And I forgot this is a thing. Oh yeah, the rewards probably changed because of this shit. This shito now. Okay, well that's not much different though. Classic monthly Tachyon event. Can you take her to KFC? I want to see her casual fit. Lala? I'm assuming you mean Lala. I can definitely do that. Let's do it. Let's take Lala downtown. Yeah, Lala. Okay, yeah, that's... Your wish is not coming in. Also, it works out, because then I can get her, oh no, don't do that. Not random, I want to choose... Let's do... Which KFC do we want to do? I mean, I guess... Do I have 2? I don't know if I have 2, but I'll do this one. That actually works, because now I can get her up a little bit. Why was it the one where it's like, it's just like the why was it that one? I don't know, that's interesting though. Alright, whatever. Okay, but that is her casual fit. Okay, good to know. Also, wait, doing that actually got her... Now we can see her likes and dislikes. Unlocked some more of her profile. But... And yeah, I got Special Week up to level 6, so... There we go. It's gonna take a while before we get to level 7, though, because the freaking... Whatever the medallions are. The medallions are... I don't know how we're gonna get... I mean, I think we talked about it before. That's probably gonna be a CM reward, which makes sense, but... It'll take a damn while before we get to that. What's her likes and dislikes? Originaru no... Oh god, what the frick? Something goods. Original something goods making. She does not like Nameguchi. No, what the fuck is Nameguchi? Good heavens, whatever that is. And then Hitogo wa... Brother, oh my goodness. Katakana, I swear to god, can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Hold on, let me just run this through the translator, see if it can't do anything better. Oh, okay, slugs. She's good at making original cleaning goods. Oh, okay, that makes... Okay, I see. Not good at slugs, ruins, and scary human-related ghost stories. That's interesting, but also fair. Oh, Himeguchi... Wait, or Nameguchi. that might... Wait, no, that was Water Flea. I was like, there's something with, like, Bolchi about that, but that was a whole different thing. Anyway, that's more about Lala, so... I got that going. With that, I think we're not done with her yet. Let's do one more run with her. Let's do it in the newest scenario, so I can actually have her in my stadium team, so I can get that affection up a little bit. We'll keep the same, sure. Let's do that. And then this time we're gonna use this more specialized deck. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll try and train her as a betweener, or not betweener. A pace, not a late, a pace. And we'll do it that way. Oh shoot! You know what? Oh wait, no, that's fine. Okay, I was doing it correctly. I think it just defaults to whatever I did last with this scenario specifically. But there we go. Twinkle series. There we go. Self-introduction. Oh right, because I'm doing the non-fast skip. We'll put her in the... I mean, she is a fair and Millie, so I mean, this works out. Yeah, we'll do this one, sure, why not? And then hopefully I can get Red Desire to show up too, because then she can be in the same race. There she is. Nice. Lovely. Okay. Did I do that? Did I put that? Yeah, it should be skipping the main scenario. Wait. Yeah, that should be skipping the main scenario storyline, so I don't know why that took so long that first time. Whatever. Okay, we'll do this. I don't see Casino Drive yet. I prioritize getting Casino Drive first. Oh, that's spicy, but I think I'll take this one instead. Because that's a win-win. I can get Ebayan over there. And then I can also get Casino Drive going, so I can finally maybe get her date event. I have noticed with some of the recent runs that I've been doing that she shows up pretty late for her date event. Usually it kind of shows up within like the even like within like pre-train or pre-debut, like even before the debut race, but sometimes it shows up like way later, which is kind of crazy. I don't understand. Maybe it's just bad RNG, bad luck, but maybe they did change something about that. It's too soon for a new event. Are we going to get a new Uma next banner? That's what I was kind of thinking or discussing earlier, but I don't know. We'll see, because it's like, I hope that we get a new Uma next banner, and it's going to be in a week, so we'll see about that. But I've noticed that there's been a pattern recently, because it used to be the pattern of 2 new Umas and then 1 event. It's like 2 Umas, 2 banners with Uma, and then 1 event banner, and then 2 Uma, 1 event banner. It usually goes that pattern. But they've been kind of slowing that down a bit recently, where it's just, like, they released, like, a weird alternate for whatever reason, or, like, they, in like, there's been the recent example of, like, there's, like, the 3rd costume in the event, and then they released that 3rd costume as a separate gacha after the original kind of story event, so... I don't think that's gonna happen, or I don't think that would happen this time, because obviously we're past the story this time, so that's not gonna happen this time. So hopefully we get another new Uma, because I mentioned it earlier in the... Oops, no. I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but I got super lucky pulling for Lala because I got her in 10 pulls. I got her in my first 10 pulls, and I didn't even have to spend a single jewel for her. Like, I literally just used tickets. I had 20 tickets. I got her within the... literally, it looks like the fourth pull here I got her. And so I even still have 10 tickets remaining, so... I have a lot remaining for whoever's coming next, which hopefully, yeah, I hope it's Marsh as well. Marsh, Bukador, who else is one I'm looking forward to? I mean, let me pull up my list real quick. Bukador, Marsh, Rulership, Daring Tact. I highly doubt Daring Tact is going to come out soon. I think she's going to be for like the 5th anniversary or something. But like, yeah, Aruvu. But one of those characters I would really, really, really like. But I'm not opposed to any new Umas, you know, can always go for a nice new Uma for sure. Anyway, back to the training. unless they release another Beyond Dream alt, except the only other character is Espoir City. And I also think they would probably have shown it already, similar to what happened with the Island scenario, where they had the Ines alt. Like, it was pretty obvious that was going to come out at some point, because they showed the Ines swimsuit. And they already released, I think they released the Gold City alt around the time I think that scenario came out, I want to say, if I remember correctly, so... But even then, they previewed it, so people were like, oh, yeah, it's gonna happen. But I don't think they did that for this scenario. There weren't any other characters that got alt, so I don't think that's necessarily gonna be the case this time around. But we'll have to see about that. Because I don't know if there's any other alternate costumes that are part... Oh yeah, I forgot Believe's her roommate. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't think there's any like alternate costumes in the pipeline, right? Unless they do something like a... Because I remember they released a Sirius Symboli costume kind of out of the blue randomly. It could be that situation, but that does seem kind of stupid, so... All signs point to it being the new character. Like a Marsh. Which would make sense, because like the new... Or the CM's about to come up soon, so... They'd probably make her fit for that. And be really OP, and then people will have to scramble to try and make her within the few days before the CM starts. Right. Let's do power. I'm not in a good position right now. I kind of have to rest because yeah, I don't have my whatchamacallit yet. My date event. Watch my date event be available right. Nope, never mind. Okay. Always feels like sometimes it just immediately shows up. Immediately after I need it. Okay, but that should be... Unfortunately, we did not get Forever Young ready yet. But that's fine. I do need to do my dreams. But I might as well do them here? Yeah, maybe? Yeah, let's just do that. Makes sense, but it's weird. More than half the scenario link Umas are unreleased. That is crazy. I've mentioned it several times that I find it really funny. I think this is the first time that, like, there's a good portion of the Umas in this scenario that aren't even trainable. I feel like previous scenarios have always just been trainable Umas, so they have that scenario link, but this is the case where it's like half of them aren't even out yet as playable characters. Which makes me really think that... I think that's another reason why people really think Marsh is going to come out, because then we have another character that has a scenario link, and then people can't clamor on that fact. And I feel like Forever Young is going to take a long time to release. She's not going to come out for a while. Especially since she's still racing, so like, you know, it'd be kind of weird to have her as an Uma, a trainable Uma, when she's still racing actively. Red Desire, she's been long overdue. Yeah, that could be another good candidate as well. I feel like her, yeah, Red Desire, Marsh. I've seen people like prediction markets or whatever, but like I've seen people say like Marsh, Red Desire, Rulership for whatever reason. I saw people really predicting for, I don't know why, but I think that'd be kind of cool. Her, and then I think it was also, yeah, Lala. Those were like the 4 predicted, or at least the current scenario that's running right now, or like the gacha that's running. So it could be one of those 3, I guess. My copium is that maybe Bukador can get a chance because she's also been waiting for a little bit, but that hasn't stopped some of the characters from having to wait a while, like a Biko Pegasus. But we'll just have to see. But yeah, honestly, the more I do think about it, the more it kind of makes sense that Bukador could be like a 2-star, because they have been kind of going down the path of making more 2-star characters, although the 2-star characters really only show up before anniversaries, like half anniversaries and anniversaries, so that just means that it's going to take a little bit longer, because that would be what, like August? Like around early August for her to show up, which, god, that's going to be another 4 months. I don't know if I can handle that. But it would also make sense because, yeah, she doesn't have the best track record, unfortunately, with how she is in her era, you know, facing all the characters that she did. can't help that, but sometimes that's just how it is. But I would be happy for if it was a marsh or a rulership. Red Desire would be kind of interesting too. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be jumping at the nipping at the butt for a Red Desire, but it'd be kind of interesting, you know, and get to see what her. I mean, I already know what her whole shtick is, but get to really understand what she's like. There we go. Of course we have these two together. Of course we gotta put the two Kansai comedians together in like an event, like a story thing. It had to happen. Yeah, see, of course, right? She got the whole Tsukomi thing. It's like they share that. Wait, I'm trying to see, is she speaking in her Kansai? Is she speaking in the unrefined Kansai thing? Because I know she kind of, or she speaks refined, but also in the Kansai dialect still. So it's not like it's gonna be any different. So what is this? Oh, this is just a fun little thing there. She plays second so many times, but no graded win. Yeah, that's the whole thing there, right? It's like, that really does make me think. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. She's probably gonna end up being like a 2-star character, unfortunately. Because there is precedent about that with like Biko Pegasus and all the Team Canopus members. So I could unfortunately definitely see that being a thing. Oh well, at least I got other characters that I'm more interested in, or kind of interested in, so there is that to look forward to in some way. But for now, we got Lala, so we're just gonna play with our newest shiny toy, and then eventually, that's a horrible way of putting it. We'll just have to, and then eventually we'll get tired of her, and then it'll be that Toy Story meme. It's like, I'm not interested in this anymore, or whatever. It's like, I don't want to play with you anymore, and then just throws it in the trash. Memes for days. Okay, let's see, how we doing on everything? Okay. Put S bar for the readiness. At some point, I definitely need to do my date event. Excuse me, I haven't even done a date event yet today, I think, or in this run. Well, today also, because this is the first time I'm doing this scenario today. Man, okay. What are you again? Okay, Guts, I guess. Alright, that's pretty decent, we'll take that. Still can't believe that all of them aren't friendship eligible fun times ready yet. You, one of you. I'm gonna do something that's kind of crazy. It's called a date event. Honestly, when I first got into Uma, Believe was a character that caught my eye, and I didn't even play JP at the time, but I was wondering why she didn't even come out as a trainee or support card. Yeah, she is kind of, I don't know, she doesn't really seem that popular in the grand scheme of things. I think it's more so she's just kind of in that group with the Baka sprinters, unfortunately, which have a lot more crazier personality than she does. Because she's really more, and don't get me wrong, I love her too. She's also one of my favorite characters. She's up there in like favorite characters, but she is kind of, for better or for worse, kind of in that, kind of trapped within that trio of quirky personalities, you know, like Calstone. Obviously, I feel like even global players know about Calstone because there have been memes about her with all of her shenanigans. And then there's Durandal with her knightly, between like her knightliness and her kind of spirit animal being like a golden retriever, basically. Like, she is pretty much very dog energy coded. Like, there's a lot of memes with her. So it feels like she gets overshadowed within her compatriots there, unfortunately. But I still appreciate Believe and her, and the contrast between her being the mayor and her being like one of the most like masculine characters in the entire game, honestly. Next to like in that group with like Stego and all the other kind of like princely characters like Orphe and I guess Fuji to an extent, and like, you know, some of those, but it's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, you need to do dreams. Autumn event boosted Lighto's popularity, like even more than Dansu Flame, who's also in that event. Yeah, no, that also definitely helped as well. Really, really leaned on the whole thing with, because that whole, because there was that whole support card with her dressed up as a cat. I mean, that really just really leaned into that part of her personality, but which is fair, you know. She is hilarious. I think it's an example of like a one-track character done right, because she is it's very easy to describe her as just straight line. Like, that is pretty much her to a T. Like, sure, also she likes cats, but like, she is just straight line, straight to the point. I think the best way of putting it is she's just straight. Not that way, not in that way, but you know what I mean, like straight. Not in the sexuality way, but I like Believe because I love me a good tomboy. Same. I also appreciate a good tomboy character, but she is actually just straight up. It's not even like tomboy. It's just like there's moments where it's like she is just straight up guy. It doesn't help that she has like she is, to put it bluntly, one of the flattest chests in the entire franchise, in the entire roster. But I think that also adds to it as well. Like, her casual outfit is just like, this is a boy. This is straight up a boy. Like, her casual outfit low-key kind of gives me the vibes of if you know that one commercial, that Starburst commercial with like the berries and cream. I don't know. I think it has something to do with like the shorts that she wears, but like something about that just really gives off that energy. The berries and cream guy, really similar to that. I am not really in a good position here. Probably just gonna go for, I know that's a waste of energy, but I want to try and get these going. A lot of my top Umas have that tomboy-like vibe, like Shuval, Kita-san, Teo, Believe, Steg O'Brien. Yeah, now that I think about it, well, Ines isn't really tomboy, it's more kind of just energetic in a way. Yeah, I guess my characters don't really share any of that, because there's like, there's Ines, there's Dansu, there's Tannhäuser, Nature. None of those are really tomboy-y characters, so I guess it doesn't really translate on my end, unfortunately. It's kind of interesting, though. Let's see. This is not a good time right now. Let's do that one, sure. I don't know why I'm so concerned. At the end of the day, like, yes, I'm trying to create a decently good Uma here, but this is really just to kind of stick in my Team Trials team and then eventually not use her when I get her to Affection level 6, so honestly, I kind of am more motivated to not have this be like a US rank, because otherwise I'm going to have to be forced to use her even past the point. Not saying that I don't. Not saying that I don't like Lala here, but like, I feel like I want to try and have characters that I really like in my Team Trials team, so that's my motivation here, to try and get her to not be so overpowered, I guess, to lack of a better term. I'm just gonna do one of those. But all good if it even happens otherwise. Because yeah, we're already like... And I'm trying to take my sweet time with this, so we're already like hour 37 minutes in. It's probably going to be 2 hours by the time we're done with this. And we still haven't even... That's okay. This stream's focus is really just on this character right here. I feel like the last stream I did with Victoire Pisa, I barely touched her, to be honest. Like, I only did like the one run with her in the Ura scenario, and then that was it. And then the majority of that stream was really just CM prep. So this time I kind of wanted to try to focus on this character, you know? Like, what I'm actually trying to, like, do with that. So that's why I'm taking a little bit more time to just kind of really get to have shine a spotlight on her. You know, it's her time. So it also helps that I kind of like her a little bit more than Victoire Pisa, if I have to be honest. But I feel like initial reactions, they were about the same, to be honest. So it's just I've gotten a lot more, definitely not fell in love with her per se, but definitely became more endeared to her the more I've learned about her. Between the stuff that we've seen with her, like, story, because like I mentioned earlier, like when the stream first started, like, literally the first scene that pops up when you go into her character stories is her doing the comedy routine and then dragging the trainer along with her, and I just think that's really hilarious. That's the first scene that we see for that. Or like the area conversation where she's like holding in sneeze, and then she's like in her internal mind, it's like the external mind, she's like, oh, like all refined, but the internal mind's just screaming, freaking out over the fact that, oh no, I'm gonna sneeze really loudly, oh god, it's gonna be so loud, everyone's gonna judge me for it, and then she just, and then the quietest sneeze ever. I think that's a very apt way of showing off her personality. That is pretty much the, what's the word for it? In a nutshell, best way of putting her, like what she actually is. Okay, let's do, oh, I've messed up once again. I'm once again messed up. I should have just done the, whatchamacallit, the date events. Kind of messed up there. That's okay. What am I doing here? Probably this one. Oh, I should have taken the energy. That's fine. I can make do. Worst case, I have to heal, but I get energy anyway, so it's fine. I didn't get Lala in 20 pulls, but I got camping Dobear, and I was laughing so hard when I saw there was a Doberman in her animations. that's funny. That is actually really funny. Is she named after Doberman? I actually don't. Well, I mean, I guess that would make the most sense. But you look at somebody like Meijiro Bright, who I think is named after like a specific like train route or something. So it's not like she's named after like the sun or something. But I know all the Meijiros get named after like a certain theme depending on what year it is. So that's why you have something like Steve McQueen from McQueen, and then Meijiro Ryan's named after Nolan Ryan, which I think is kind of funny. So stuff like that, really. Which is why I think apparently like Ryan's outfit is supposed to be, or like her her race outfit's supposed to be baseball themed. I don't really see that, to be honest, but like I guess if you look closely at it, maybe. Yeah, no, actually her top is kind of baseball related, but I feel like that's kind of a little bit subtle. But that is supposed to be what it is, I guess. Oh boy, we are not in a good shape here. Espo. I kind of want to do a dreams training here. I want to be serious. Yeah, we'll do a dreams training. I'll pull more, but I'm afraid Marsh will come out and won't have enough for her. That's fair. You gotta prioritize the characters that you want. Don't be like me and have to end up doing a pity for or a character that you don't even want. That was a huge mistake, but that's what happens when you're me and you have all the characters and you're kind of in too deep and you're like, well, I can't be just missing one character, that would be kind of weird, and then I have to justify myself being like, okay, well, I have to pull for this character, which is a terrible justification, especially for a gacha game, but I'm, again, in too deep at this point. Dobear was named after the Doberman because it was eared the dog at the time? Oh, okay, interesting. Good to know. Makes sense. I mean, what else would it be otherwise, I guess, if you really think about it. But also, I feel bad for Dobear because there is stories about her like hating her name because it's like, oh, Dobear, it's such a weird name. I mean, I know the shorthand that people call her sometimes is Beru-chan, and people she hates that too, though. But it's just like, you look at some of the characters and, you know, what they're named after, it's kind of interesting. I think I've talked about it before that they have very masculine names if you really think about it, like Narita Brian, or like simply Rudolph, or like it just does not match with the overall kind of like femininity of the characters, like Umamusume. But can't help it, you know. It's not like they were named knowing that they were going to be turned into cute anime girls, so that's just how it is sometimes. Okay, this is a good time to do a dreams. Actually, well, hold on. Yeah, no, this is probably, well, Nah, I'm gonna save my dreams for when I really need to do them. We'll just do those one at a time, I guess. I will take the stamina, because stamina is a concern, because I didn't bring a stamina card with me. Where indeed, Stego, where indeed. Okay. Okay, I was like, because I usually do these in like with the fast skip, so I'm kind of seeing some of these for first time in a while in terms of the different what do you say, in terms of all the different animations and stuff that happen during those story events. The first time I'm seeing those, or like at least in the support card side of things, the first time I'm seeing these in a while. Usually I just see like the last bit, because it just skips all the way to it. Thanks to the really quick skip. I don't even know what the official name for it is. I just call it like the really quick skip, the auto skip, the insane quick skip. I don't know. Either way, I wish the English version implemented that at some point soon, because that would really help cut the time, especially for Track Blazer. I like calling it Super Skip. That's another good name for it. Yeah, Super Skip. The Ultra Mega Super Skip. Be like me and just keep adding more synonyms. Let's get that going. Oh, look at that. Look at her streaming, live streaming like a freaking nerd. Nerd who live streams. I thought Global would have gotten it in first anniversary. I don't remember when the Japanese version got it, but I think it was a little bit before they did, so I'm not surprised that the global version hasn't gotten it yet, but knowing that they've gotten some of the stuff in advance already, like they've got the outcome box already, and that came out like 4th anniversary, like post 4th anniversary for Japan, so which I'm really glad that they came out with that in global, because it's so annoying not remembering like what options, what selection gives like which options or whatever, so I'm glad they implemented that at least. But yeah, some of the other quality of life changes would be nice, like yeah, the super fast skip, the and I don't know if they're going to be able to implement this anytime soon, but the handy little box where you can do all the different kind of things that you need to do, like your dailies and stuff. Like you don't have to go into the screens, you can just click the book and just have that available. Like that would be super nice to have, because then you can just do all 5 of your stadium runs in at once, and then just kind of call it a day. Or like not even that, just do everything at once. So nice having to not spend that much time on your dailies. On the Japanese side, it makes going back to the global side just very annoying. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, no, that is definitely something I want for sure. Yeah, look at that, it's snowing. Never see that before. Never gonna be seeing that here. It's okay, I can always just go back home if I ever want to see snow again. Yeah, and luckily it has been cooling down recently, so hopefully it's not going to go back up to like, I mean, it is starting to approach, we're definitely in spring at this point, but we are going to quickly approach summer, and I'm not looking forward to that. Especially with how hot it was last few months here, so hopefully that doesn't translate that to hot temperatures during the summer, but unfortunately I've been hearing that it is, so rip me, I guess. Just gotta take advantage of days like this when it's really nice weather, and so that's why I went outside and touched some grass. Gotta really participate in some nice grass touching. Literally too, I actually did go to like a little outdoor area. I think they call them arboretums. No, that was a joke, but no, I went to the arboretum. It was fun. Got to see some plants. Got to see a couple of peacocks too. So that was out in the wild. They make really loud noises. But it was all fun. It was all good. Did a lot of walking, and got to take some nice pictures. And at the end, got some boba from a place that I haven't been to in a while. I think I talked about before how my favorite boba place unfortunately closed, so now I've been on the hunt for a new favorite place, and I think I found my new favorite place, which is funny because it's a place that I went to back when I was originally visiting the area looking for apartments. Like I went there, and then I haven't been there since, and so that would have been like 8 months ago, I think. So it's kind of crazy that I haven't been there since, and I don't know why too. It's like I went back today on a whim, and I was just like, oh, let me try it again. It's like, oh wait, this is actually really good. This is I should go eat more often. It's really good boba. So I will be definitely going back more. I think my biggest gripe is the fact that most of those places nowadays, most of the boba shops nowadays have like a an order screen that you can just go to, so you don't have to talk to a person and put in your order. And for me, you know, the socially, the shy, socially anxious person that I am, I'm like, yeah, I want that. That's like, the less social interaction, the better. But I think I just need to man up. Is it an independent boba shop or a franchise? I try to go to as many like kind of like independent shops as I can. I feel like the franchises are generally usually sometimes, but there are some pretty good franchise places. But I think the one I'm talking about is a independent one. I'd be kind of surprised if they were a franchise. Let me look this up actually real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's a independent one from what I'm seeing. I think my biggest thing with the reason why I didn't go to it very often was because I think when I got it at first, I was shocked at how freaking expensive it was at the time, because that was before I really, because I think when I was living in Chicago, I wasn't really drinking that much boba, and so in my mind I was still attuned to the prices of when I was in college, where it was not that expensive. Like, it was only like $4. Like, the most expensive boba I saw was probably like $5 plus. And I remember going there, and I think I had paid like $7 for it, and I was like, holy shit, this is expensive. It's like, oh my god, this place is way too expensive. Only to realize that's actually the normal price for boba nowadays, which is insane. So now I'm just like, well, actually, you know, that might not be that bad. So need to definitely go there more often. Only franchise boba shop I like is Happy Lemon. Oh yeah, Happy Lemon. I have had that before. That was in my old college town. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I do like them. I've had that a couple of times. But yeah, I'm thinking, like, if I think like franchise places, like there's Share Tea, which is not too bad. There's that one, like, It's Boba Time, which I haven't tried that, but from what I've heard from people, it's not good, so I haven't even given that a fair shot, to be honest. There's... I remember, I don't even know if they're open anymore. Back during college, there was a place called Quickly that I remember people ragged on that being not good. And yeah, I remember that was not great. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out there for sure. You know, there's a lot of boba places. I mean, it's I don't know how much of a trend it is now, but it was definitely trendy. And I'm a sucker for it, so, you know, I'm not helping the cause, but it is good. My favorite boba place is independently owned because they actually have honeydew melon smoothies. Oh yeah, we talked about, yeah, the flavors and stuff before. I remember this. Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, I'm basic bitch. I go for just standard classic milk tea with boba, or like maybe even go for brown sugar. If I feel adventurous, maybe I might go for like a Thai tea or something, but that feels like it's a more rarer flavor. I don't see that as often. Oh man, we're not going to get the 858 unfortunately here, but I'm not going to beat myself up over that too much. If it happens, it happens, but it doesn't really need to happen. I think I was 1 point short, unfortunately. Let's see. 15, yeah, I was 1 point short. That's tragic. I was gonna get like 19 right now or something, or 17? 17. Okay, I was not actually very close. Not as close as I thought I was. Although I like Jamba Juice better because I'm a diehard fan of the Orange Dream Machine, but damn, it's so expensive nowadays. I haven't been to Jamba Juice in such a long time. That's actually kind of funny looking back. I think I went to Jamba Juice semi-regularly back when I was growing up, because I remember it was on like the local, how do I put this? It was in like the kind of like the busy areas, so whenever we go like downtown and stuff, me and my mom, like, we go there. I don't remember what I would get. It would like, I think it was like a strawberry surfer. I think that was my go-to. Like the one with strawberry. It was like a strawberry, I don't want to say strawberry lemonade, but it was kind of like that, reminiscent of that. I don't even know if they have that nowadays, but yeah, that was the one I went to. But no, it's definitely been years since I've been to a Jamba Juice, for sure. It's, I don't know, smoothie places, don't really draw my attention, honestly. Oh, do I risk this? Yes. Okay, thank you. But yeah, to your second point there, everything is so expensive nowadays. It's crazy how much prices have gone up for just a lot of stuff in general. Talked about it before, this is why I don't eat out as much. It's because it's just like, generally, it's just, one, places are more expensive, and two, it also just feels like shrinkflation has been a thing, where it's like portion sizes have just been going like smaller and smaller, which also really sucks. Like whenever one of my favorite things to eat is like a katsu curry or like a katsu don, or like just like tonkatsu, basically like a Korean thing. It's just like basically the fried pork cutlet. And like I tried a whole bunch of places where they really just skimp out on the pork, which is really unfortunate. It's like I tried one place that had like apparently had decent curry, so maybe, I mean, they weren't known for their katsu, but even then, like I ordered the katsu curry and it's like the smallest like bit of pork loin, and I'm just like, this is sad. This is so sad. And I feel like that's been the majority of my unfortunately majority of my experiences so far, at least trying to find a good katsu place. Strawberry Surf Fighter, that sounds, yeah, I think that's what it is. Do they still have that? That's crazy if they do. I think that was my go-to. Whenever I went to Jamba Juice, the few times I did. But like I said, it's been honestly years and years since I've been to it last. I don't even remember the last time I went there. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, in my head I can just be like, if I for those like it's one of those things where it's like, in my head I'm like, oh, it's one of those foods I can probably just make easier at home, and so I don't want to pay this much for like a smoothie or something. Like I can just, you know, have my blender and just get my ingredients and just, you know, make it myself. That's usually the case for like a few places that, you know, are specialized in foods that I feel like I can just really make easily myself at home, and so I can't justify spending, so, especially nowadays, like so much on all the different kind of like foods there. Like for example, I know there's a trend of like places like mac and cheese restaurants, and in my head I'm just like, mac and cheese is honestly one of the easiest foods that I can make, because it's literally just, you boil the water, you put in the macaroni, you boil it, you drain it, you put in the cheese and all the different stuff there. And even if you want to go fancy, like you can add cheese, you can add butter, you can add all this different stuff like to like the instant mac and cheese to make it pretty good. And it's still usually pretty good, if not like as good as the places that specialize in it. So I'm just like, I don't see the point of really going to places like that. I think it's more complicated dishes, like say like a tamales or like a katsudon, that it kind of require a lot more prep work, to where I would kind of be more inclined to actually eat those and justify eating those rather than making it myself, because the cost, the opportunity cost, like the how much time it takes is way too much. Ooh, Santa Anita. It's the same reasoning I have with like kimchi, for example. Like I always talk about how like making kimchi is such an ordeal, to the point of where I'd rather just buy it from the store. And it's honestly the same with my mom too. Like my mom talks about how she does not make kimchi herself anymore because it's way too much work. And so it's like, I can just buy it at the store, and it's still pretty much to the same extent of it being good anyway, so it's not really worth it. Anyway, we got Red Desire over here. I love Red Desire's paddock introduction here. Just drops to her knee. It's like, I feel so bad for her knees, because look how, it's like, bam, it's like slam on her knees there so suddenly. That cannot be good for those. From my experience in, I shouldn't say experience, but from what I know about knees and legs, I know that is not good for your knees. That cannot be good. It's like just doing that all suddenly. But yeah, here's Red Desire, I guess. Anyway, I can, yeah, she's got the, standard Wait, she has Dirt Aptitude? Hold up, does she actually? Or is this just part of the, part of her weird training here? Because that's pretty crazy. Does she have Dirt Aptitude? I didn't know that about her, actually. That's kind of interesting. Girl's praying really hard. She is the ultimate prayer. Or she is the ultimate, what's the word for that? Not nun. Not sister. I don't know. She's the ultimate praying Uma. That is her personality, so it makes sense. Saint? Yeah, Saint. Well, yeah, I guess Saint. Saint might be the right word there. Yeah, because Peace is more of an angel character than anything. So yeah, Saint. Saint's probably the right word there, yeah. Anyway, yeah, just literally a moment of the cutscene there where we saw her praying in the church. Anyway, that was Lala. Okay, let's see how this ended up being. I think this actually might be pretty good, like, I don't think this is US or anything, but this could be like high UAs, maybe. So that would be pretty decent for my stadium team. Like I said, this is just going to be sticking her in like one of the slots and just kind of using her for the team trial so that I can get her affection level up to level 6 and get all of her stories and get those sweet, sweet gems, you know? Just gotta farm out as many gems as I can, especially in these gacha games. Okay, first I gotta get the gold skills. As she is a member of the gold clan, we gotta get those gold skills and then we'll get that going. Jokes, jokes, jokes. And then once this is done, I'm actually going to take a quick detour. I know we talked earlier about the popularity poll that happened. I want to dive a little bit more into the results and just talk about, you know, random stuff from that. Because I want to, yeah, I just want to make comments known. I don't know, maybe it's just kind of a nice little tangent before we move on to the other stuff, which is the CM prep. And wow, right on the dot, we are pretty much at 2 minutes in, or 2 minutes, 2 hours in, so that actually exactly worked out. 2 hour, 1 minute in. Anywho's, we got that going. Let's see the results for Lala over here, how she is. She is UA 6. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent, actually. And I think she did not get any aptitude ratings. Okay, never mind. I thought she did. The jump between S plus and then UA 6. First scenario, most recent scenario. If there is a picture to describe the discrepancy between the first and the most recent and the jump power creep, that's a pretty good way to describe it, or a pretty good way of showing that. All right, but let me just quickly add her to my stadium team real quick. Where can I stick her in? Honestly, she can probably fit within. Maybe replace Stego with her because she's right up. She's actually up here, so it's actually okay. Unfortunately, that gets me the rank down, but who cares about that? I didn't see where Special Week was in the list. Oh yeah, I think she was actually pretty low, all things considered. She was like maybe in the 50s, I want to say. So, how popular would you say Special Week was pre-global? Depends on when pre-global. If you're talking like, because obviously she was the protagonist for season 1, so I feel like in that time she would have been popular. But if you were talking like when the game came out, she wasn't really that popular, honestly. Like, she was still pretty low. I think she suffered from the fact that she was the face of the franchise during like the beta days, so people kind of, you know, I don't know, that really plays a role into it, but yeah, she wasn't as popular as, say, like Teo or like Gold Ship. Like, people honestly really saw like Gold Ship as more of the kind of the mascot of the of the franchise, especially since she was the face of PakaTube, the YouTube channel. So Special Week kind of was in a weird situation where she wasn't really that popular, unfortunately. So that hasn't changed too much, but let me pop open the good old list right here. And then we will take a look-sees at that. Umamusume English. Put this over here. It'll probably take a little bit to look into it, so let me just move this into this position. Why do you do that to me? Okay, there we go. Sometimes I swear these windows can get pretty weird. Okay. Wait, that's the official English for... No, I don't want the official English one. What is the unofficial? Umamusume En. There we go. That's the unofficial one. Okay, meteor. Here we go. Popularity poll results. And let's get into the desktop. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, Oguri was number 1. Okay, but Takion was number 2. That's kind of crazy. Anyway. Yeah, Oguri kept number 1. Takion number 2. Man, I'm surprised, man. The cafe is so popular, honestly. And then, yeah, what do we got here? Let me just put this over here. It's Right Shower, TM Opera, Gold Ship, Toketeo, Urara, Digital, Doto, Nice Nature, Helios. Still in Love being this popular is freaking insane to me, considering she's not even in Global. I can kind of see that though, because you know people apparently really love their yandere coded characters. I mean, we got Takion's not yandere coded. What am I saying? But yeah, Still in Love. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But that's still great. I mean, also Stay Gold being this popular. Also, wait, that actually is really crazy to me now that I'm looking at that. This is the first time I'm actually really looking closely at the results. I was more looking at the bottom here, trying to see where, because Ines was probably gonna be like down here, but that's insane to me. Stay Gold being this popular, Still in Love that popular, or Still in Love that popular. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, Stay Gold, Marzensky, McQueen, Shuval Grand, Orphe, Fuku Kitaru, Gentle Donna, Kita-san, Tama, Sound Suzuka, Tannhäuser. Okay, I did vote. I think I voted I voted Ines, Dansu, Nature. I think that was my, because we got 3 votes, so that was where my 3 votes went. Speaking of which, where is Dansu Flame in this? Dansu Flame. Oh, 74th. Okay, that's not terrible. That's kind of right squarely in the middle. This list definitely suffered from in-person bias. Like a game, yeah, no. I mean, the majority, and I mean, if you dive into the other kind of polls here, you see, and I know people really like to highlight it, like this poll right here, what year did you become a fan of Umamusume? The vast majority, 71%, 2025, literally last year. So I can totally understand, like, if you have exposure in like like whether it be from like the anime or like the game English version, like that's probably gonna drive a lot of the popularity. So that does again make me really shocked that like a Still in Love and a Stay Gold is like this popular. That is kind of amazing. I guess that's just more memes and the internet stuff, or like just kind of the exposure there. But when it came out, I voted for Shuval, Kita-san, and Teo. Well, there you go. You got all 3 of them in the top 22 right there. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, Scarlet, Almond Eye, Vodka, Dream Journey, Sky, Halo or King Halo, Machan, nice. Jungle Pocket. Jungle Pocket being this slow compared to her compatriots is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, at least she's not Dansu, but like she was the freaking main character in her movie, so that is kind of amazing. Fenomeno is pretty. I think it's just Stay. That's the thing. I think it's Stay Gold. I don't want to say bias, but Stego. The Gold Clan memes, because yeah, between you have Stay Gold, you have Orphe, you have Dream Journey. Obviously, you have Gold Ship and Gold Ship. Yeah, obviously you have Gold Ship there as well, but then you also have like Fenomeno, Nakayama Festa might be pretty, yeah, but still Nakayama Festa is still pretty high up here for what it really is. But yeah, Karen, Fenomeno, or L, Karen, Creek, Maya, Taiki, Brian, Fuji, Falco, Ayabe, Taishin, Mr. CB, Bakshin. Okay, so yeah, these are all kind of characters that have already come out, which makes sense. Katsuragi Ace. That's kind of interesting. Serious symbol. See, look at that. Special week is all the way down to 52. That's kind of unfortunate. She's like below characters that are like not even out in the game yet, or like not as trainable characters, but they are in the game, I guess. Like Katsuragi Ace isn't even in the game yet in the English version. It's kind of interesting. Um, Man, it would have been perfect if Shuval got 22nd. If you know about Kazuhiro Sasaki and the lore behind his number 22, he was born on February 22nd, or exactly 2:22 a.m. apparently, and that's why he picked that number. That is really funny, yeah. But yeah, that would have been really apt if one of the V sisters ended up in 22. But it kind of worked out a little bit. At least his greatest nemesis ended up getting 22nd anyway. So there is that. But yeah, Katsuragi A, Special Week, Vivlos, Lighto, Fine Motion, Gold City, Satono Diamond, Hayahide, Transcend. Transcend being this high up actually does make sense. She has the characteristics of somebody who would be very popular, especially when she first came out. I remember people suddenly, myself included, suddenly became very, very entranced by her nerdy nature. It's kind of similar vibes as Danganronpa. Why did I pronounce it like that? Danganronpa. What's her name? Oh God, I forgot her name. It's the gamer girl. It's not Chihiro. That's from the first game. Nanami, Chiaki. Yeah, it's like Chiaki. I think it's very similar vibes. Yeah, Chiaki. Speaking of which, Shuval's design was first revealed on February 22nd, 2022. That may not be a coincidence. That may have been planned. Who knows? Airgroove, Universe, Ishiyama, Flash, Gimlet, Shakur, Dober, Akebono, Chiono, Grass Wonder, Wind Variation, Marvelous Sunday. Interesting. Symbolic Chris S, Palmer, Dancer Flame, Buena Vista, blah 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 blah. Top Road, Loves Only You, Tosin Jordan. Oh, Jordan's so low. That's unfortunate. Winning Ticket, Sakura Laurel, Metro Orion, Virginia, Duramente, Ramonu, damn. Rob Roy, Tosho, or Sweet Tosho, Kawakami Princess, Wonder, Cute Espoir City, Ardon, Tact, Chaos Miracle, Chronogenesis, Ikuno, Dictus, Durandal. If I look closely at this, who is the character that is the lowest out of the ones that are in the game already? Oh, right, Yukino. I think that was what I was talking about. Yukino is so unpopular. It's kind of unfortunate. Which kind of makes sense, I guess, because like she doesn't really have any relations with other characters besides, I guess, the pairing with her and City, World City. Because otherwise, I mean, she kind of has some. She has that one scene in the Umayon, right, with her, City, and Maya. But she doesn't really have any other kind of presence besides that. So I can definitely see why she's so low. As with Ines too, yeah. Makes sense, but Lucky Lilac, oh yes, unfortunate. No Reason, Zephyr, North Flight, Blast One Piece, but Believe is so low, bro. Samson Big, Voice and Voice, Chitose O, Daring Heart, Messiah. See, these kind of makes Believe, that's so low though, but the rest of them kind of make sense, right? Because Voice and Voice really doesn't have. I still don't really get her whole shtick with her personality, to be honest, even after playing some of her scenario. Samson Big is just kind of, is MIA, just like her real life horse. Chitose just got announced, and she doesn't really have too much of a presence besides an SR card she has. Daring Heart, kind of similar. Air Messiah, yeah, she's very NPC coded. Eating the Pearl, Kiseki, Hotfire Groove. Nishino Flower. Nishino Flower is really low, actually. Kopano Ricky. Wow, Ricky, Taruma. That's hilarious they're together, but also they're really low. Which makes sense. They're not in the English game yet, but I'm sure when people get introduced to the first Dirt trio, they'll be into. Where's Acute in this? Actually, Wonder Acute. Wonder Acute. Where is she? She can't be that high up. Yeah, she's 88th. I can see why. I probably people are attracted to her grandma coded energy. She has a very, very distinct personality compared to the other two. In a way, I mean, Ricky is still pretty unique with her not Tai Chi, feng shui, that shit. Never noticed how low Ricky is. Yeah, I know, that is kind of interesting. Light is low, but I bet she's hella high now after the ballroom event and her arc in Star Blossom. Oh yeah, 100%. I think Definitely, I think the Star Blossom. Well, Star Blossom still feels pretty niche, but I think the recent Japanese event will definitely help boost her, if not a little bit, like past maybe past some of these characters here, maybe even Ines. Because yeah, people are gonna realize her relationship with Bakshino for sure. I like Wonder Q's unique animation. It's so random. She's just growing a tree. Yeah, it's hilarious. She has like the that one. You know, you have other characters like the aforementioned before, like Chris S has like the freaking rifle or like the sniper rifle, and like other characters have like their weapons and all that stuff. And then there's some that are just ore farming. And then there's characters like Miracle with her or like Miracle with her like just running around the classroom and stuff. And then yeah, Wonder Q just growing a tree, which is very apt. But anyway, just know, here you go. I'm one of the 29 people that voted for Ines Fujin, so maybe someday she'll go popular. Maybe her release during the end of the month might help though. But that's that. I guess if we want to, if we want to look at some of the other results here, like what range do you fall under? Oh my God, 15 to 8. That is honestly still pretty sizable not gap, but pretty sizable. I mean, I guess it makes sense. The majority is like 18 24, 15 to 18, 25 to 30, 31 35. I'm not gonna say where I fall in this, but let's just say I'm somewhere in this range. Let's just say so. That's still kind of crazy. What is your gender? Of course, that's still kind of a little surprising that it's not that crazily heavily male, but I can definitely see why. There are definitely a lot of male coded characters in the game that I think some female fans can get attracted to. Ricky's animation though is the reason why I like her. I do love Ricky's unique animation. She's just summoning the dragon or whatever, and then at the end she's like, "Yeah, I did it." It's like, okay, good job, Ricky. Season 1 most watched, that makes sense. Season 2 is still pretty watched. Season 3 was not as watched. That's kind of surprising. I am a little surprised Season 2 is not have as big of or is not that close compared to Season 1. Although the way I'm looking at well, actually it starts at 0. Right, the data scientist in me is just looking at these, making sure there's not like any weird bias with how the data is being presented. But this is just basic Google Sheets visuals, so not really anything too crazy. But yeah, Season 1, Season 2, that's still Cinderella Grey was more watched than season. Actually, that does I can see that, I guess, because Cinderella Grey I feel like is a lot more shonen coded, and it did come out more recently, so I can see why there's slightly more people watched it than Season 2. I still need to watch Sprinter Story, only one I haven't watched. I don't blame you for not watching that. That's not even an anime. That's a stage play. So that's a little bit more of a gap to have to go over. I don't even know if that's translated in any way. I know didn't showings of that get canceled because of COVID? I think they still showed it anyway, but like a lot of the showings got canceled because COVID outbreak that happened or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know how to watch it. It's a live play, right? It's just like I don't even think it's like out as like something that you can watch. So that one's very shout out to the 1,400 people who watched it, because that's very, even I haven't watched that. The rest of these I think I've watched all of. Yeah, I have watched all of these, so I'm in that majority there. And then for reading all of these, yeah, I mean Cinderella Grey, I think most people have read that. Star Blossom, that's actually pretty well. Actually, if you're looking at 7,000 response, okay, so that's not as big of a sample size. That's like half the sample size of this. Okay, but yeah, so like 5,000. Yeah, it's not too bad. Star Blossom being like 40%. Peace School Chip, freaking gag manga being the 22%, and then yeah, Starting Gate, Umayan, Umameshi, Haru Urara Gampa. I am legitimately surprised there's still like this. I guess, you know, I know why. It's because there are translations of it. There's like a scanlation of it out. I don't think it's finished yet, but it is on Manga Deck, so I have read it as well. And some of these are, I know the anthology, I think it's like sparsely translated, but it hasn't been translated much at all, so I can see why this one's low. Well, okay, let's see. Yeah, no, this is a no-brainer, no shit. 92.8% say they play on the global server. Only 21% play in the Japanese server. 84 play in the Korean server. Oh man, that's. I did not know there was a separate Taiwanese server. Actually, I did know that. I just was reminded of that. I don't play the game. That's fair. That's fair. Some people are like that. And then yeah, this. Are you interested in real life horse racing? 20% say no, which is I'm not surprised by that, but yeah, it's like this 11, 12% here say they were interested before Umamusume. I fall in this pool where it made me interested in racing. I'm not saying I'm a huge Cable fan, but that's lol that I don't play the game people, decent chunk of it. It's still I can still see that though, like the game at the core of it, it is a gotcha game, and honestly speaking, as much as I love this game, love the franchise, the gameplay is not really the best. So I can see a portion of people being like, this sucks, but still be within the franchise. And that's a good thing about this Umamusume and these types of multimedia franchises, is that you can still be involved in it and not have to play like the game, or not be involved in certain aspects of it, and still be interested in stuff like anime and manga and the songs and stuff. There's a whole bunch of it available. Do you spend money on the mobile game? That is a shocking amount of people that actually do, if I have to be honest. I would have expected this to be a much lower percentage. It's almost actually 50-50, which is kind of crazy. That's interesting. Okay. This is actually the first time I'm really deep diving into the kind of these more results, so this is kind of my first reactions to some of these. But I guess that's it. Cool. Interesting. I always love diving into the inner data scientist in me, because if you don't know, I work as a data analyst, want to be a data scientist. This is not by any means like it doesn't have to be, is the thing. It's just I just love seeing data visualized like this, and just telling stories of being like, okay, what is this telling us? I mean, obviously I think the main story here is like global has been a big influence. Like, I think this chart and this chart really tells just like, yeah, no, global influence, big one. And then yeah, it's like it kind of drives like kind of all the results here. But that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Want to see a JP audience list? I mean, it's not gonna be that helpful, but I wonder if we look at the previous year's result. I wonder if somebody linked the previous year's results. Let me see. Because it's not gonna help, because the previous year's results aren't gonna have some of the other characters. Speaking of which, hold on. Rulership or some of the, do they have? Oh wait, this was held before the fifth anniversary stream, so it's not going to include some of the characters like Rulership, Forever Young, all that. So that checks out. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really look into it, 'cause I don't know if they have the Hold on, let me see. Can't you search within? Yeah, I know Twitter's search bar is complete shit nowadays, but let me see if I can't find a popularity poll. Let me see if I can't find the results from last year. Here we go. 2025 popularity poll results. Again, this is not going to include some of the most recent characters, but let's take a look at what happened last year. Teo's #1. Dude, look at the amount of points. It's so much less compared to now, which makes sense. No shit. Takion was still third, so Takion was still a popular character for most of the people there. But you look at, yeah, Oguri Cap was 4th, Cafe was 5th, Gold Ship, Kita-san Black, all that stuff, and yeah, I think Ines Fuji 5. Hey, look at that! I'm one of the 5 from Ines Fuji. I know I voted in this also, so I'm one of the 5 in Ines Fujin. Not like JP players, but like actual Japanese fans. Oh, okay. That's different. I would be curious about that too, seeing what the difference is culturally, because I'm sure there must be some differences. Because, for example, there may be characters that have been memed on in the English side of things that the Japanese people have no idea about. So, but I mean, if you're interested in like what happened pre-global surge, I mean, this is kind of a general outlook into that. I mean, Special Week got 19th, so I mean, she's not like very popular, but she is popular. But it's kind of crazy seeing in the global she's not popular. I think it really is the fact that she doesn't have as much presence. She had the big peak in the first season, and then it just kind of dropped down from there, and then she just became like the obligatory title character, and then she didn't really have anything from that. Cheval stayed somewhat the same, but Kita-san dropped quite a bit. That is kind of interesting. Cheval Grand. I think this before. No, this was after the anime came out. So that's interesting that Kita is all the. Where's Kita in here? She is all the way. No way, she's not down here. I overlooked it. Hold on, Kita-san Black. What? Am I missing her? There's no way she's down here. Hold on. First of all, when did this come out? This came out March. Yeah, no, this definitely came out after. Oh wait, Kita-san 7th. Okay, yeah, no shit. Yeah, Kita-san dropped. Oh, you're saying she dropped quite a bit. I don't know why I was like trying to find her here. Apparently the boba I had is starting to wear out, and I'm starting to get my sugar crash. Yeah, that's interesting. Jungle Pocket was there. I mean, honestly, if we hold on, now I want to compare these results with what happened last year or this year compared to last year, because I want to see we do like a back and forth. I mean, it stayed mostly. Oh yeah, split view. But wait a minute, let's split view. Sure, why not? What's this one? That might be too small for y'all though, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this is this year's. This is last year's. I mean, if we take a look, they're pretty. It actually mostly stayed the same in some ways. There are a few exceptions, obviously, with Kita being like dropping down a little bit. But for the most part, most of these like top 10 here kind of stayed the same. Actually, I'm looking right now. How do Urara jump from like 23rd all the way to like 8th? I know why, because I mean, she was most everybody's like kind of first character when they trained in the global version. So I guess that makes sense. But Still in Love. Where was Still in Love in here? She was all the way. She was only 22nd, but yeah, that's interesting. But I mean, there's a few examples of weird shifts, but it kind of stayed consistent. Like Oguri Cap stayed from like top 5. The top 5 actually, if I look right now, mostly the same. I mean, Tail dropped from like 1st to 7th. I guess if I expanded to top 10, kind of also stayed. Well, no, because Doto jumped from like 30th to 10th. Man. Probably because a large chunk of this fan base hadn't watched season 3 would explain it. Probably, yeah. That's probably a big reason there. It's interesting. Okay, well, that was our obligatory tangent. Let's go back into the game, shall we? Just close this real quick. Move this back. That. No. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so that was the fun times there. Let's do some CM training featuring our girl Ines Fujin. If this will load in the next 2 years, there we go. No more Lucky Lilac. We're done with the Lilac stuff, or we're done with the Lala stuff. Still can't get over her name, her nickname, if I have to be honest, but I'll live. I'll figure. I'll call her Lala eventually without kind of silently cringing on the inside. Okay, I think that should be good. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's see how lucky we can get with inheritances and all this stuff. We don't get that anymore. Oh, I need to turn fast skip back on. Yeah, because this is going to take way too long if I don't do fast skip. BC Classic, yes. The settings, turn fast skip back on. There we go. Okay, we're good. Alright, get back into the swing of things. Admittedly, I have not been really doing as much trainings as much as I should have, because I've been more busier with other games. Like Gakumas has a story event going on right now, or it did have a story event going. It ended, but now Ume's Step 3 is on, so been kind of busy with that one. And then the English Umamusume has the story event going on right now as well, so that's why I've been kind of busy with those instead. Plus playing other games like Hades and Procopia. I've been really into those, so that's why I haven't been doing very many runs on the Japanese side, which is where this stream comes in, to force myself to actually do some of these. Alright. But if my past history goes to show, I think we might be able to get at least a decent decent dirt rating. That's apparently a tongue twister for me for whatever reason. We could get a decent dirt rating, and then hopefully get an S aptitude along with that, with the S distance. Sorry, not S aptitude. Sorry, hit the mic. I don't think I have a very low chance of getting the S medium, considering I only have one factor for it. But it happened once when I had the same thing for the dirt, when the mile. So it could happen. It could happen. Again, very low shot, but it could happen. It could happen tomorrow, or today. Which one? I'm just worried about the amount of energy I have if I do this. Which hopefully the data event comes in. No, but it does. This happen. This does happen, which I guess is good. Oof. I guess I'll have to risk it. Okay, thank you. Turns out my luck is maybe not too horrible. Thank you, Lucky Lilac. It's all thanks to Lucky Lilac and her lucky luck. That's not what I want. Okay, I actually have to heal. I think I forced myself in this. Yeah, no, unfortunately. We have put ourselves in a tricky situation. Thank you. Okay, at least if nothing else, we should be good. I shouldn't suddenly be getting good for some reason for the test, or what we call a test. Oh boy. Yeah, let's just do this one. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Yonko over here to get her rainbow fun times, but at least we can get her this one. Okay. And there's Dansu. I'm Dansu Flame. Okay. God, every time I look at Ines now, I'm just thinking like, oh man, cosplay, because I'm brewing up ideas for it. I'm like, do I want to be ambitious enough to try and create her racing outfits for somebody who's never done any sort of like cosplay creation or even like outfit creation in general? That seems like that would be a big ambitious task. I think if anything, I'd probably want to do like a create a wig of her, which might be a bit easier, and then get like the standard, like the summer uniform or whatever that's being mass sold everywhere, so I can just get that pretty easily. Because the thing is, with how unpopular Ines is that there's nobody has like her, even like her wig or like her hat or anything available in stores. So I have to make it myself if I really want to. That's the plight of having an unpopular character be one of your favorites. I guess if anything, I could do like a Dansu or like a Nature or a Tannhäuser, because I do like those characters. It's funny because my favorite character is unpopular, but like the rest of my favorite characters in the top 5 are all pretty popular. You have Dansu's not that popular, but like, you know, you have Nature, you have Tannhäuser, you have Tama. I think is probably gonna slot into top 5 maybe, unless am I thinking about that right? Hold on, let me look at I have my tab here for that. Yeah, it'd be Tama, and then maybe Oguri is number 6. So, you know, it's I could just go that route, but I really do want to represent my favorite character, man. You know, it feels like I feel like I'm probably gonna be the only one who's gonna represent her fairly, so I want to do her justice, show her off into the rest of the world, and have people be like, who the frick is this character? I feel like it's gonna be a lot less common after she comes out as a playable character, but like, it's definitely gonna be contingency as of right now. Be like, who the fuck is this? I need to find a Cheval hat or commission someone to make one. I'd wear that out in public. I mean, honestly, it's casual enough to where I think people wouldn't necessarily associate to like, oh, it's anime. It's like, that's the type of like merchandise I like the most. Like when it comes to like anime merchandise, it's like stuff that's not like in your face, like graphic tee stuff. It's like more like kind of casual in a sense. It's like something that, you know, people, if they know, they know, but if you don't know, it's not like it just screams anime at you. But it got the horse ears. I'm just thinking the version without the horse ears. You know, you can just like remove them or something. Like, I guess that'll cost more to make it custom, but that could work. Why did I do that? That was a waste of my... That was a waste of that. That only got that. Oh, if you know what that means. Yeah, I guess if you had the horse ears, that would be a little less casual. But I'm sure I've seen people wear like I don't want to say like furry, but like there's those headphones that have like the cat ears and stuff, and I've seen people wear those kinds of things out in public, so it's not like that's like the most unusual thing in the world, because it depends on where you live and, you know, how tolerant people are about that. But I feel like at least where I have lived, like I guess that's kind of a credit to all the places that I lived over the years, is that every single one of them would be pretty okay with that. People wouldn't be like, oh, what the hell is this? Like, get that shit out of my face or whatever. It's like, I don't like any of these options. I guess if I had to choose, I guess I can just go, let's just go with this one. Now that I think about it, I wonder how Cheval's hat actually works, because it does cover her ears. I think she's the only Uma with a hat and ear covers. I think so too. Well, I mean, Ines. No, that doesn't really count, because one, she only has the one ear covered, and two, it's a visor, so that's not really it. But that is interesting, though. Now that you bring that up, why did I select that option? Because yeah, that just insinuates that she has really big ears, because on top of the fact that she has the puffy hat, she also has the ear covers as well. Really feels like it's just kind of really covering most of that stuff. Although there are arts of her, official arts of her without her hat, like fully without her hat. I know her starting future pose has the has her removing her hat partway, but it's still kind of covering her ears, right? So but I know there's got to be official art of her without her hat straight up. I think the isn't the Blu-ray cover for season 3, like featuring the V sisters, I think that has her without the hat, right? So there are examples of her without that. We can see how big her ears actually are. I love Machitan though, because she ripped a hole in her hat. That's, yeah, I mean, I think that's hilarious how she just no regard, just like, yeah, let me just wear this hat, let me just rip a hole in it. Like, there's that one coma of her, like, with the scissors and the new hat, and then Fukukita is just like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? That's a nice, that's a cute hat. Wait, what are you doing? It's like, if only you knew, Fukukitaru, if only you knew. But I always appreciate a nice hat. You know, I'm not biased or anything, but I feel like a hat is a pretty good character trait. You know, between Cheval and Tannhäuser and Ines with her visor, which kind of counts as a hat. I'd like to think it counts. Apparently the game doesn't think so, because she's never been in any Bocchi stuff, but you know, I like to think of it internally. I'm like, yeah, she does. It's just, it's not recognized. Maybe someday she'll get her I mean, I say that, but like she is in the Nigekiri sisters, which counts, but that doesn't really, I don't count that too much, because she's an auxiliary member of that, in a sense. I feel like the main 3 characters in that are Bourbon, Falco, and Suzuka. Oh well. Marsh has a hat with ear covers. Oh right, that's true. Oh yeah, well, never mind that, I guess, but... alright, well, there is that, I guess. Oh, dreams. Okay, well, never mind. I think the funny thing about Marsh, too, is that she has this separate hat. She has a different hat for her racing outfit. Yeah, it's right there. See, you have a different hat for the racing outfit compared to her usual hat. I know there are some characters that are like that, right? It's like Kishi Akebono has the different hair accessory with her racing outfit. She has like the little hat that she has compared to what she normally wears. Similarly, like Digital has the different colored bows for her racing outfit compared to her normal outfit. So sometimes they change it up a little bit in terms of the characters. Like Transcend doesn't wear glasses with her racing outfit, you know, those kinds of things. Those kinds of little details. But it is kind of interesting. I didn't notice it either at first. Like somebody had to mention that Marsh has a different hat with her racing outfit than what she's wearing right now, right, with her normal outfit. It does look pretty similar, but if you do look more closely, it is pretty obvious that, yeah, they are pretty different hats. Just different designs, right? It's like the different... It's similar shades, more than anything, of red. But you just gotta look a little closely. Okay, well, let's take a look. This is terrible. I hate all of this. I think we'll do a date event. Her ears look so far forward on that hat. They really do. I think it doesn't help that, it's a very puffy hat, but, like, that does look weird. I don't know, the whole idea of hat. The hatted Umas, right? Like Marsh, like... I mean, if you look carefully at it, it makes sense in position to her ears, but like if you look at it at first glance, it does look kind of weird, honestly. But there's characters like, you know, Chuval, Nakayama Festa that have like the full hat. Just kind of interesting. What do I want? Oh yeah, definitely this. Oof, I don't like any of these. I'll just do that one just so I can get what's her face, whoever that was. Was that Red Desire? I think that was Desire. That was Desire. Good job, me. Okay, let's get that going. Gotta glue those hats to their head, 'cause I don't know how that thing stays on when they race while they're running at such high speeds. Yeah, no, seriously. Especially the ones that are kind of casually on there. Like, I can see, for example, like the beanie, right, for Nakayama Festa, like that probably doesn't require it, because beanies can stay on pretty easily even when you're running pretty fast. But like, for example, like, yeah, Marsh and like Chuval, like, feels like those hats aren't on there too securely, so like, how do they stay on while they're still running like that? Because they really, I guess they really had it form fitted to their head, if anything, so it's just like, it's just really stuck on there. I feel like that's just gonna give him a headache though, if it's just really form fitting, but maybe, I don't know. It's one of those things similar to a lot of things in Uma where it's just like, you just shouldn't think about it too much, because if you do, you're just gonna poke more holes into it. Oh, I don't like any of this. Kind of just want to do a dreams here, and then do the second option so I don't have to waste that. And then that gives me a good option. Top option, because I'm training this one to be a dirt. Speaking of which, wait, what the I just realized, inheritance? Ah, shit, we didn't get any inheritance on the dirt. That's rip. That's already a big rip. I mean, we could get lucky and maybe get two inheritances, two dirt inheritances to show up in the second inheritance event, but I'm not holding my hope out for that. Bottom option. My neighbor is being very loud right now with the upstairs. I think it's in response to my stream right now, but whatever. It's fine. It's not late. It's only 8:43 on a Saturday. I'm not gonna complain about that shit. like I said, it's not that loud. You can just hear. It was funny. I was coming back from my trip outside, and I just hear like very faint singing, and I'm just like, well, first of all, it was not good singing. I'm just gonna judge that. But also, secondly, I was like, oh, okay, it's fun. Apartment living. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. I mean, I've lived in apartments my whole life, so I'm not really. I'm already used to it at this point. I've had my share of bad neighbors, I've had my share of whatever neighbors. Right now, I'd say my neighbors are pretty okay. It also helps that this apartment is very soundproof, so I don't ever really hear my next door neighbors. It's more my upstairs neighbors I think I hear the most. I think I told the story before of how one time they were just like dropping stuff or whatever, and then they made this big noise, and then I just like slammed the ceiling because I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then I hear a knock on my door like not even a minute later, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, I was building a desk. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. But thanks, I guess. But like, also, you didn't need to do that. But I guess that's good in a way. But a part of me thinks they did that as like an intimidation thing, being like, yeah, don't do that, or else I'm gonna knock on your door. But like, I might be overthinking that part. We are at, what are we at right now? We are at 415. Okay, so I need to continue just focusing on this one for the dreams. Okay, BBB, there we go. Not too shabby, but not too great either. Is that going to be enough? Oh, shoot, that may not be enough for 455. If that's the case, I might just quit this run, because not getting 455 is kind of a death sequence, or whatever you want to call it. For these runs. Oh wait, no, I think we got it. Okay, we're good. Got 19 points there, unless I had 0 points remaining, which I don't think I did. Yeah, we're good. Oh, nice. Okay, good job, everybody. All right, the run is still going. The run is salvaged. Saved it. Okay. Oh right, I forgot. Maybe I need to change the race that she needs to be in, because I don't like doing this and wasting a summer, not wasting a summer turn, but like using up a summer turn for that. Just doesn't feel good in my eyes. Oh, now the bass is booming. Oh, that I feel that. The music was fine. It's really when the bass booms. That's when it's terrible. That's when it's bad. Okay, as long as I can get. I don't think we're in good position right now, though. But as long as we can get... Oh, I kind of want to do dreams here. This is not good. Yeah, now that we got 455, I can focus on... Jesus Christ, that was loud. Now that we can... Yeah, 455, we can focus on not having to do the double speeds. I'm sorry, are my neighbors like moving a couch or something? What is going on up there? Jesus. Alright. All good. Because that's the thing with like loud music, is like I don't, it's not horrible unless there's like bass or something, because the vibrations of that is always the worst. I can handle like kind of loud music, right? Because then it's just kind of drown it out with like a white noise machine or something, which I have to go to sleep with. But like if it's like bass and stuff, it's like then it's like rumbly and all that stuff, and it's really hard to kind of mask that noise. So not good, not good in my experience. Look at that, they're all getting ready to get to S rank. That's what we like to see here at Chino the Penguin headquarters. Yep, that's Ines. Just the backbone of the Japanese economy. It's that one, I saw that one meme of like the face of Ines, who is like the backbone of, God, I don't remember the exact wording, but it's like basically she holds every part-time job within a 75 kilometer radius of Tracen, and I'm like, yeah, that's unfortunately, yeah, that's Ines. Better for worse. which apparently is supposed to reflect the fact that like her real life owner was poor as shit. So like that's why, you know, her whole story about it's like the thing of having to take care of her sisters and her family and doing the whole part-time jobs. I feel bad though, because it's like don't the Umas get, and I guess this brings a whole kind of again, don't dive too deep into the whole world thing, but like it brings the whole thing of don't they get paid for these, right? They get paid for these rates. That's the whole thing with like Tama and like Tap Dance City, for example. Like they want to get money, like for Tap Dance City example, she wants to be famous, get as much money as she can. That's her whole thing for racing. For Tama, it's just kind of getting her family out of poverty, that kind of thing. So they do get money. I think it's indirectly confirmed for that. So I guess I'm just wondering why Ines, how poor is Ines to the point of where she has to still work the part-time jobs that she does in order to make ends meet and all that. Kind of feel a little bad about all that. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. It also reminds me a lot. There's a character in, not to tie everything to the games that I play, but like Gakko and Idolmaster, there's a character, one of the main characters actually, who her whole thing is one, she loves money, but also two, she works so many part-time jobs because her family's poor and she has to make ends meet, on top of the fact that she has to pay for her scholarship and whatever and blah blah blah. So it's kind of funny now that I think about it. They share very similar things in that regard, Ines and Kotone. Never really thought about that before. Let's see, gotta do dreams here, there's no choice. But yeah, it's honestly really funny if I really kind of think about it, because like Ines, how Ines ended up being my favorite character, it really more has to do with her general disposition. It had nothing to do with any of her like personality, or that's a horrible way of putting it. It didn't have anything to do with kind of what she's like really, I guess, known for, as in like her One-chan personality, her working part-time jobs. None of that really appealed to me. In fact, if anything, the One-chan stuff really isn't really my jam. I think it's just more so she doesn't act like Ara One-chan, she acts more like Genki One-chan. So it's just like, it's different, right? It's not like a Super Creek situation where it's like, oh, like the, what's another example of like a sisterly character, actually, now that I think about it? I guess Virginia kind of is a little bit like that, like the Ara One-chan. I don't know, there are One-chan characters besides Ines though in this game, in Uma. Kind of think. Maybe not necessarily real One-chans though, or like real sisters, but something like that. I like this one artist who drew a comic about Ines and her part-time jobs that she ran into Special Week multiple different times in her different jobs, but Spe was with a different Uma every time. I know exactly what comic you're talking about, and that's funny because there's a similar comic, I think it's with Epiphanea. I think they made a sequel to that where it's like it's Epiphanea with all his different all the different Umas that he made it with, and then just seeing Ines being more and more distressed as he's like, oh my god, as she's like, oh my god, do I tell them? Do I have to keep the secret? It's like, what is this shit? It's like, that's hilarious. Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah, no, because I think that one came out recently with Epiphanea coming out in Uma, but it is kind of funny if you really think about it because of the fact that like how mating works in real life horses, and how so many of the Umas made it with each other, and you know there's all this talk about like NTR when it comes to like stuff around, like I'm trying to think of like example, like for example like the Seiyun Sky Nishino Flower, you know, the whole character relationship there in Uma, but you know obviously like Nishino Flower dated so many other characters, not dated, but like made it with so many other Umas like Agnes Tachyon and all those other like characters, and it's like it's kind of funny if you really think about it. Oh, do I risk the 16%? I'm gonna say yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. But yeah, I always love the kind of comics that delve a little bit into kind of those like real life relationships. I've talked about it before, like there's this one artist that I read that has a whole bunch of comics about the real life horses that even goes as so far as the guy actually like interviews like the jockeys and like the farms and asks them about the real horses and then gets first-hand information from them. And I think that's really interesting to learn about how the real life horses may be kind of similar or different to the Uma counterparts. Because an example of that is like Mejiro Ramono is actually a really big eater in her real life, but it's not reflected in the game. Similarly, apparently Spei was actually not really that much of a big eater, all things considered, like the real life special week. Please another dirt, please another, only one. Well, at least we got one, we got the B dirt, but that's not gonna be enough. It is what it is. Why we consider the Umamusume and the IRL horses as completely different individuals but still similar, if you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no, I totally, yes, it makes sense, yeah. Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of stuff from real life horse things that is just like kind of don't want to bring into Umamusume counterparts. I'm just thinking of, like, for example, the whole story with the whole thing with Air Groove and her traumatic experience with who was it, Nijinsky or whatever, like Pildilsky's brother, who was kind of indirectly related to like Fine Motion in a sense, I think. And the fact that he raced the entire race with a boner, it's like, that's probably something that's never gonna be translated to Umamusume, because one, they're all girls, but also two, I guess you can kind of translate that, it'd be kind of maybe like unrequited love or something, but, you know, they can kind of indirectly translate that, but not directly to an extent, you know? We talked about this before, and I actually found the artist name. It's Lunatic Monster. Yeah, I know we talked about this, I think, in a previous stream, but yeah, I think Freddy something, Sana something Freddy, is the name of the guy. But yeah, that's his handle on Twitter. So he does good stuff for sure. I love all the different fan art comics that he does. I'm not in a good position right now. I actually need to do Dreams, so maybe this. But yeah, he does good stuff. I mean, there are a whole bunch of really great fan art, like comic fan artists for Uma. Lunatic Monster is a good example. I think I talked about Takiki before. Like, I follow him. He does good stuff. I also am biased because I know he's Korean because he posts his comics in Korean as well. He has a separate account for it, and I follow that one as well. So that's fun. Yeah, he does really good stuff, and there's a whole bunch of other good comics as well, so all very good stuff indeedy. Oh, am I not gonna? Oh, I'm gonna be one. No, I'm gonna be a couple short of getting the 858 there. It's what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's kind of RNG to actually get that. That's the copium way of me trying to cope myself into thinking that it's fine. But again, since I only got B Dirt, this is already a DOA run, so yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing this for the experience. The 1 for the fans, for the fan count, but also 2 for the Tachyon event, so I can get the grind out for that, I guess. You know who Baki is? And oh my god, oh, it's so quiet now. This whole time that my neighbors have been blaring bass stuff, and it just suddenly stopped, and now I can actually feel it's like the vibrations were just annoying in my ears, and now I can actually. Oh, never mind, it's back. Okay. You know who Baki is and his doujin, your shadow tracing, because I love that doujin. Yes, I've read that before. I've read the translations for those. That's really good too. I do love that. That one is pretty interesting though, because that does go into more of a darker side of things. For example, like the whole thing with Urara being like, oh, I know that, you know, it's like I put on this positive act for winning, but like in actuality, like I hate all of you or whatever, but it actually wasn't a thing, you know, that kind of stuff. All kind of fun. I love how he made their unique skills into their special powers. Yeah, no, it's a fun way of kind of reimagining kind of the Umas and stuff. Really creative. That's what it really comes down to. They're all very creative individuals, you know? I'd like to think that I'm creative at heart, but, you know, I try to do stuff creatively, and I'm just like, I cannot. I'm just, I don't know. I think it really became evident to me when when there was the thing with there was, I don't, if you don't remember, there was the visualization exercise with like the apple. It's like, imagine an apple, what do you see in your mind? And then, you know, there's like the different gradients of it. Like you see a full apple with the with all of the different visuals of it and the colors, or like you see it in black and white, or like, oh, you don't even see an apple, and then you have aphantasia, which is a condition where you can't imagine things. And for me, it made me realize I can't see color in my mind very well, and that just opened up, that just was a, how do I describe it? It just opened a thing in my mind, because I was like, it explains so much as to why I'm terrible when it comes to any sort of color coordination. Because I'm just terrible when it comes to like trying to match colors together and try to, and then it made me realize it's because I have to put extra thought into thinking about like colors and, you know, how they work and stuff. So that really just opened my eyes into being like, oh yeah, that explains so much. Honestly, that Dojin series is actually what made me be really into Uma, learning all the characters and their gimmicks. And the Dojin is what made me into a Ricky fan. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's how fan artists work sometimes, you know. It's just like, oh, they introduce you to aspects of characters that you never really thought about, and it's like, oh, you know what? That's kind of interesting. I know that was the case for, and this is kind of an indirect example, but like for Machan, don't get me wrong, I liked Machan, but I think what really made me a fan of Machan was meeting her Seiyu IRL and getting a picture with her and all that stuff during like a panel I went to at a convention. Really getting to know that and getting that kind of personal touch kind of added a little bit of I guess a soft spot for me for Machan, and then that kind of made me a little bit of a bigger fan of her in a sense. So definitely kind of stuff like that definitely for sure can drive you into liking a franchise more, or liking characters more, and that kind of thing. But yeah, no, it's because I know, for example, like Takiki, he loves Dobear. He does so many comics with, he does a lot of comics for like general stuff, but I know Dobear is his #1 for sure. So I know there's a little bit of me that has a soft spot for Dobear in a sense, just because, you know, I read so many of his I read all of the comics, and you know, he has all the kind of little fun, like, weird slice of lifey things with that, so kind of puts a little bit of bias in that in a sense. Alright. Well, with this bass boosting in my ears, let's see what we got here. But I don't think this is going to be very great. But honestly, that's okay, because we're here to just try and get the best Ines Fujin that we can, which at this rate, and I know this skill is going to be useless for the CM, because I know this is only applicable for hills, and there's no hills in the course. Same reason why Ote isn't an applicable skill for Del Mar, but I'm just going to take it for general purposes, really, at the end of the day. You know, the more gold skills I have, the more inflated my ranking is. That's the selfish way of putting it, I guess. God, I wish this music would stop, or at least the bass. If anything, just stop the friggin' bass. This is really driving me up a wall. Again, it's only 9 PM here, so I'm not really that miffed, but if this goes on for another few hours, I'm actually just probably gonna go up and be like, can you shut the fuck up? No, just not be like that, but you know how it is sometimes. Okay. 2 more hours until Oka show. Oh, well, there we go. Nice. 2 more hours until we figure out who to cheer for the next 2 Triple TR races, I guess. More 2 hours and 40 minutes. Ah, okay, well, that's how they get you. It's like more than 3 hours then, actually. UA4, not bad. I think at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to go for here is obviously, like, at least S Dirt, if not S Distance, is, you know, my dream there. Get the ass Uma. but also get a US ranking, which means I'm probably gonna have to have more inflated stamina and power, because my goal is max speed and 1600 plus wit, and then enough stamina and enough power, which honestly can be a pretty low value as is, but I think since I want that rating to also be pretty high, I want, you know, those should probably be closer to 1600 at the end of the day, so if not 1700, so gotta max those out as much as I can. What did I get? I did not get a report yet. I love when this is just like all the lower tier things. I don't have a single. Did not get the fragment. Did not get any carrots. Did not get report yet. I guess here well, okay, no, I can't. Well, I can. I can preview what I want to start looking into upgrading, I guess. There were a few that I should have bookmarked them, because I remember looking at a few of them and being like, oh, I should probably have this ready or whatever. Maybe this one, the Seiyun Sky that I used, because this one's not too bad. If I can get the either the stamina or this up, that would actually be pretty good. Or like maybe this Kita. This Kita could be a good option. Possibly. Yeah, I'll have to look further. Gotta level up someone this event. Yeah, exactly. Gotta figure out who you want to level up. Make a decent Sky Parent. It's a good thing I already have one. Oh, wait. Hold on. Well, actually, I can just do it like this. Hey, Shuval, what's up? Yeah, okay, wait. This Sky Parent's already good enough. I mean, honestly, the fact that I got this on my first try the last stream honestly is pretty goated, because I'm just kind of still amazed that I was able to get this, like the exact what I needed in terms of the speed, and then the mid aptitude being maxed out and all the skills that I have here. It's like, that's actually pretty amazing. So I'm still rolling off the high from that. So let's keep going. This might, I don't know, we'll see if this ends up being the last one. I don't want to make this be like a super long stream, so we'll probably call this one, maybe this one will be the last one, and then we'll call it the day. And then tomorrow I have a few games lined up as to what I might want to do. I was looking into, so there's a, what is the sale going on Steam? There's a, what is it called? It's like the Hidden Object Fest, right? So I was looking at that because I always kind of like those kind of, like, I like a good puzzle game, if you didn't know, and like I feel like there would have been some good options there, and so I took a look. I'm not gonna lie, most of it looks pretty shitty, but there were a few good ones looking in there. So I bought 2 games. I don't know which one I want to play, but tomorrow definitely going to continue or play one of them tomorrow. So I'll make a post about it on Twitter and Blue Sky, and then we'll figure that out. We'll figure which one we want to do out of those 2. Both of them had pretty glowing reviews, so either one seemed pretty fun. But yeah, I guess expect the Hidden Object game for tomorrow in the puzzle game. So y'all can help me try and figure out where the friggin' everybody is, because it's going to be one of those, like, Where's Waldo vibe games for sure. I have. Okay, I was like, did I already get Casino Drive yet? I sure did. I was Mario Galaxy yesterday, watching you play a bit. I definitely did play Galaxy 2, because I remember that stupid Mario ship. Yeah, no, it went well. I got through the first 3 worlds, which I mentioned yesterday that I did do a playthrough, because that game came out, Mario Galaxy 2 came out for the Switch, or like the Switch 2, or Switch version came out, I want to say last December, around that time. So I got that during the holiday break, and I played that when I was back home, and I got through around the first 3 levels, or first 3 worlds. So I pretty much, that was my extent of, you know, playing through all of that. But otherwise, yeah, you know, I got through that, and then everything was good there. So we made like, what, 35 stars for in terms of progress. And yes, no, I think I reiterated that point many times that, oh my god, I hate this purple guy, the new purple guy or whatever. I don't even remember, what was the name? Lebby? I don't fucking remember. All I remember is that I hate him, and I wish that we had Rosalina instead, but this is our life, so we're just gonna have to live with that, his hilarious puns and his great comedy. I love hearing all the different jokes that he has. It's my favorite part of the game. But no, that's I'm looking forward to starting next week. We're gonna get into the stuff that I haven't played in years in terms of some of the levels there. So we'll jump into that ship when that time comes on Friday. So looking forward to all that. And who knows? Maybe I can be even faster this time around in terms of getting all the progress. AKA, I can actually take 3 streams instead of 4 streams to do it. Not that I'm in a huge rush to get all the games done. I'll take my sweet time enjoying the process and all that. So, no real time frame for when I finish it. But if Galaxy 1 had any indication, I think it's been usually like consistently like around 30 stars per stream. So at the very least, I think it's going to be another 3 weeks of Mario Galaxy 2. So look forward to that for the long series for sure. That one. Oh wait, I can't. I was gonna be like, oh, that's pretty good, and then I realized, no, I need to do this shit, this shito. At least we got Ebayan over there with the good old double rainbow training fun times, so that's already off to a better start than last time. Look at that, 401 for the wit. That's pretty good. Does make a pretty big difference actually at the end of the day, getting both of those. What's next after Galaxy 2? Another 3D Mario game? Probably. We'll see. I know I posted in the initial poll I had all the other Mario 3D games, like in the 3D All-Stars pack, so like Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64. Those would be more interesting to do because I've never actually played those to completion. I've played them kind of halfway, not even halfway for some of those, so those ones would be more interesting because I think it'll just be kind of a totally brand new experience for me. So get to see my first impressions for some of the later levels at least. So that is a possibility. But there's also other possibilities for like really long game, like story-driven games that I can play on stream. I have a few in my library that I've been looking and interested in playing for the longest time, but I'm just like, it's probably gonna take multiple streams. I don't know if I want to do this. So those can also be on the docket, but I figure... And so maybe I might take a little bit of a Mario break and just dive into those, otherwise this ends up being like Mario Series Friday, which... Not that I'm opposed to that, but I kind of want this to be a long Series Friday instead, so maybe switch it up a little bit, and not so much focus on just Mario stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of still... We'll figure that out. We still got another few weeks until we get down that path, so... Maybe I might do another poll on that. We'll see. Because like originally, the poll winner for that is originally supposed to be Super Mario Galaxy 2. That was actually the poll winner. I just felt really awkward just starting with the second game, and then so I just made the executive decision to just play the first game instead, and then jump into the second game immediately after that. So that's the reason why I didn't just go into immediately that's why I immediately jumped into the second game and just didn't really have a second thought about that. Would you be willing to try out this game called Library of Ruina? Maybe. I mean, I'm always down for suggestions. So if you want to, let me make a note of that because I'm gonna forget if I don't put that somewhere. So let me just Library of Ruina. Yeah, let me look at that after stream, and then I'll check it out and we'll see. But it's honestly pretty good. Honestly, hidden gem of a game. Yeah, I'll take a look and see if it seems like it's up my alley. Then yeah, maybe I might take a look, and then maybe we can make that into the next series. So it's also made by Korean studio. Ooh, you got my attention there. There we go. Okay, you got my attention. You had my respect now. You got my attention with Korean voice acting. Oh, Ooh, okay. That's I can judge my Korean knowledge, and I can voice along with it. That could be pretty interesting. Also, I don't know what I'm. It was bound to happen at some point. Okay, I got super lucky with the. Can I get my date event now? Oh my god, why is the date event still not here yet? Gosh dang it. God damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. Okay, so that was my terrible Hank Hill impression. But yeah, no, I will definitely take a look then. I mean, I was already going to take a look, but you've definitely piqued my interest, you know? And it's one way to pique my interest. It's with anything Korean. Got the patriotic blood in me, I guess. For lack of a better term. Which really comes out during any like national sporting event, so like a World Cup or like an Olympics. Which, speaking of, I'm looking forward to the World Cup is coming up pretty soon, actually, in 2 months, I think. So they finally we finally got confirmed all the teams now that all of the qualifiers are done with the Euro qualifiers and the playoffs there. So we finally figured out all the groups, so we know who is going to be in Korea's group. I know it's Korea, Mexico, South Africa, and then was it Czechia, I think? Let me double check that. World Cup 2026 groups. Fixtures. Just show me the goddamn. Yeah, it's Czechia. Okay. Which, yeah, Czechia, I don't know. Czechia might be alright. I'm not actually too sure. I think I was a little bit more. There was another team in that group I think I was a little bit more worried about. But yeah, we'll just have to see. If it's like last World Cup, we're just gonna have Korea's gonna have inexplicable losses, only to somehow crawl into the group stage and get annihilated by the whoever they face in the knockouts, just like in the WBC and just like in the last World Cup. Seems to be the pattern nowadays. Can't wait for the traffic caused by the World Cup. Oh yeah, no, it's probably gonna be the same here. Honestly though, the World Cup isn't gonna be that bad for traffic here. It's gonna be the Olympics. Oh man, because the Olympics are gonna be in LA. That's gonna be so bad for traffic here, because they're gonna have events all the way in like because actually Santa Anita is going to be hosting events for equestrian and stuff, and there's going to be, it's not just concentrated in downtown, it's going to be like all the way like in like the SGV like inland, so it's going to be hell. God, commuting then if I still have my job by then, that's going to be a horrible commute. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Have fun with that in 2 years. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's it's funny to talk about that because I put in my application because there was like a random lotto draw to get tickets and stuff, like for local LA residents. You can put your name in and have a chance of getting in the pool for tickets, and unfortunately I got rejected for that. So which honestly was probably that was honestly a blessing in disguise, because from what I've been seeing, the tickets prices have been insanely expensive. So even if I did somehow end up getting in the draw, I probably still would have been like, I don't want to get tickets anymore, because it would have been way too expensive. I'll just enjoy the fact that I'm living in an area that's hosting the Olympics, and just be happy with that, I guess. Why did I do? Wait, what am I doing? Why didn't I do the I don't know why I did that. I should have done that on the speed, but instead we did that on the. I was too distracted with talking about worrying about the Olympics and World Cup. But anyway, we'll see about that. I know all the tensions with all the stuff around geopolitical issues. And that relating to the World Cup, and maybe even indirectly the Olympics, but yeah, that's fun times there. I had to fill up my gas tank today because I was running out of gas, and I was kind of hoping I could hold off for a little bit, just wait until the gas prices maybe normalize a little bit with the recent news and stuff, but I know that's probably, if anything has to go for it, I highly doubt that it was probably gonna take a while for, if anything, for it to get normalized. If it even is, which I highly doubt it is. Gas prices are probably gonna stay up for quite a little bit, so... Life. Fun times living in California, where the gas prices were already expensive, and now it's at least $6 for a gallon, and that's just normal. Like I have to do premium, so like it's the cheapest I saw was like $6.40 a gallon, which this is why I'm not driving to places as much anymore. You know, I think today I woke up and I was like, I'm interested in a few of these events, but I have to drive all the way to this area or this area, and that's gonna use up a lot of my gas tank. So I'm like, nah, let's just go a bit more local so I don't have to use up all my gas. That's my life now. And gas is $20 more expensive than it was. Anyway, enough talking about life, let's talk about more cheerful stuff, like like Umamusume. Yeah, gas is so bad, my parents invested in solar panels and an electric car. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing has made me kind of think, like, because I have a pretty new car right now, so, like, it's gonna be a while before I invest in any new car, but, like, there was a little bit of me when I was initially looking into buying a car, thinking about getting an electric one, because, you know, I know California was making a huge push into trying to get, like push for just electric for the most part, and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be good anyway for the environment. But now I'm really thinking, and it's not gonna be any time in the near future, but I know definitely next car probably gonna get an electric, not even just a hybrid, just straight up electric. The only thing is, like, I think the leading company right now in electric cars, at least in the US, is obviously Tesla. And there was a time when I was actually interested in getting a Tesla car, but I think nowadays I have just kind of lost interest in that. So it would have to be something else, which options have gotten a lot, definitely gotten better than in the past, but it's still kind of a little bit iffier. So I think we're just gonna have to wait a bit longer for other companies to start developing better better electric options, and we'll have to see how that goes. Oh my god, it's so quiet now. This is so amazing. I love it. Okay. Also, I did pay attention this time to the Inheritance event, and I noticed that we did get the, we got one of the dirts, so that's already, we're off to a good start there, at least. Yeah, we got B dirt so far, so as long as we can get, at the minimum, one more dirt. If I want to be greedy, 2 dirts and one of the inheritances here, so I can get the S dirt and S mid. That would be the dream, but that would require a lot to go right in terms of RNG, and I do not think that's gonna happen. So we'll just have to see how the dice roll out. Because right now I'd say, I mean, I guess it's too early to really say in terms of how the support's lined up, but at least so far, I think this should be. Oh, hold on, I need to do dreams. Yeah, that should be. I think I only need BBB, right, to get whatever I need right now, which is 455. So we should be good, I hope. And yes, I need to do that on speed, not wit. Like an idiot. Not like an idiot. Okay. Okay, so that should be good, I think. Remember from past experience, aka what happened last time. Right? Oh, shoot, maybe not. Oh, wait, maybe not. Uh-oh, I think we just, I think we might have gotten a bit... Oh, wait, no, we're good. I forgot, I forgot I got 20 points already from the last time, so we're already good. Already cooking. Okay, we're good. We Gucci. Nice. And our obligatory Japan Dirt Derby. Japan Dato Dabi. Good old katakana. Ooh, oh, that's so good in the stat way, but also I did that's not good under that way. Conundrums. I'm just gonna go for it. And then I'm gonna hope for more wit training here, because otherwise this is not looking good. Oh, well, Oh, that's a 29%. I don't know if I want to risk that. I'm gonna do a dreams training here. I'm gonna do dreams training on the wit. I know what you're thinking. It's already pretty high, but I'm doing that so that I can get a fighting chance during this summer training. Okay, Hoobastank. We're good. Alright, and then I'll have to do a date event here. I need to refine my Japanese. I took like 2 years of Japanese in high school and forgot like 90% of it. I can't even read hiragana and katakana like I used to. I mean, I feel like I kind of feel the same way with what I took in Latin. Then again, not gonna lie, y'all, I shouldn't say bare minimum, but like I did not really try my hardest to learn Latin. I just kind of barely skated by. And yet I still must have got, I got good grades in that class, don't get me wrong, but like I didn't make it like an active attempt to actually learn the language. So even when I was doing it in high school, I still had no idea how to actually like read Latin or like kind of translate to stuff in Latin, because it's always just like, what is any of this? It's like, I don't know. So like the very minimum, like I didn't even have anything to forget in the first place, to forget, I guess, for lack of, that's not the right way of putting it, but like, yeah, even like the little bit that I had knowledge of in high school, I've forgotten. The only thing I can say is like my name is in Latin, because that one is a pretty obvious one to remember. It's like mihi nomen es blank, like, which is pretty easy. But I feel like if you have like a basic like foundation of it, then that should at least kind of hopefully help to pick up once you get back. Yeah, it's like hopefully the root memory kicks in when I study up again. It's like if you have the foundation for it, that should hopefully help a little bit. So, you know, it's not like just starting from scratch or anything. And the thing with the hiragana and katakana, I feel, in my opinion, really easy. Like you can knock that out in like probably maybe a week or two, and then just kind of really good practice, and then you pretty much have that down. And then playing games like this also really helps too, because then you can kind of put that in practice, like this, like Kito something something something, sono meiku dakara koso something something na something shashin ni naru na, and then there's also other, and then the kanji. The kanji is the hardest. The kanji and the grammar, I think, are the hardest parts for sure for most people, especially coming from like an English way, or like an English point of view, because the grammar is so different compared to English that it's just like, it's really hard to wrap your head around that. I think one thing I can say for me at least is an advantage is the fact that Korean has pretty much similar grammar to Japanese, which I've talked about a lot before in the past, so I feel like that shouldn't be as bad. But yeah, the kanji I think is just it's bad. It's no good. I'm not good with that. So that's gonna be a pain in my butt for sure. Let's see. I don't like any of my options. Let's go for this one. Yeah, JP Uma has been helping a lot, but the ones I forget are like the M's and N's. I keep mixing them up. I think for me, the biggest ones that get mixed up are the ones that look way similar. Like, for example, the katakana for Sol and N. Like, those look very similar, but it's like, it's hard for me to remember, like, which one is which. Because it's the whole thing of, like, because they look similar. It's the difference of, like, whether one is, like, flat or one is not. Similarly, like, Shi and Su. Similar thing for the katakana for that. I always forget which one is which. Actually, for Sol and N, it's not the same, because Sol, I remember, is the one where the little apostrophe goes down, where N is the one where it goes, like, kind of sideways. But I don't ever remember what it is for Su and Chi, because I don't have a good mnemonic for that one. Mnemonic for that? I don't have a good one for those. Which I probably should at some point. Anyway, I really probably should end stream. My neighbors are really just, like, being loud, I think, in response to whatever I'm saying, so... It's not even that late, y'all. Whatever, okay. Honestly, I remember hiragana pretty well, but katakana I forgot a lot. Yeah, I think it's because, like, hiragana... Maybe it's just my experience, but hiragana, I feel, is a lot more varied, and... It feels a lot more, in a lack of a better terms, kind of more natural-y, right? Like, it just feels like... Katakana definitely is a lot more blocky, and so in a sense there are pretty similar characters there. But with hiragana, that's not really as bad. But that's just my... That's just one guy's opinion. I really need to get Marsh up, actually, but... Yeah, Marsh is way behind everybody else. It's to the point of where it's not even... It's not ass, it's ass. Right? If you know what I'm talking about, right? It's not ass, it's ass. With multiple S's. I get what you're saying, it might be the same with me. Yeah, probably. I don't know if it's... common sentiment, but like it is at least I think for us, so yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's more common than I think. Okay, oh, man, this is not the best situation. Here's the thing, I don't think I'm gonna get the, well, actually, hold on. I don't need to force, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need to force myself to put Marsh up to UG. All I need to do is just get the equivalent of one of them up to, like, however many ranks there are, so I guess I could be a bit more flexible when it comes to that. Either way, though, this is still pretty good. Because, yeah, Marsh is way too behind, but as long as I can get... I need, what, 3 more rank ups, it looks like? Okay, here comes the moment of truth. This inheritance is going to be key. Let's... Prayers up. And it's a whole bunch of nothing. Woo! Nice. Good job, everybody. RNG strikes again. Okay, well, this one's kind of dead, but... Again, I'm just going to keep doing it because I want to get myself some... I don't even have I don't have any date events anymore, dang it. Oh, it's all going to shit. Okay. That's fine. I'm just doing this for the Tachyon events more than anything. Oof. That's a big oof, if you know what I mean. Okay. There we go. Okay, I definitely... Wait, hold on. I might not need to heal. Hold on. We may still be fine. Question mark. Oh, wait. We might be fine. We might be fine. Oh, wait. We might be fine. Wait, why did I do that? Shit, I need to do... like, it doesn't matter anymore. Wait, we might be cooking. We might be cooking? Question mark? Hold on. No, I don't think I think we're gonna be one short, which is tragic. I mean, it would be tragic if I had the good aptitudes, but I don't, so it's not really that tragic, but it's still, nevertheless. Oh yeah, we are literally one short. If Marsh had one more in the gauge there, and then she would have been SS, and then yeah, SS UF would have been enough for your 858. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen. So we are screwed. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, because B dirt rating ain't gonna cut it. If it was A dirt rating, I would have been a bit better, but would have been a bit better, but it was not. It was not the case. Yeah, because I think even A is kind of pushing it in terms of like A dirt, A distance is kind of pushing it in terms of CM stuff. Like at least one of those needs to be S, and preferably be the distance, because that's pretty much required these days. But that's really, you're really just kind of like, I don't know if I can get that as the thing. I was scrolling through Twitter and NetKaiba posted a picture of the the New Zealand trophy, and I did not expect that. Wait, what? I'm curious now. Wait, what does it look like? Is it just a big old map of like New Zealand or something? Because I've seen trophies like that where it's just like a map of like the states or whatever for stuff like college football. There's like there are some really weird looking trophies. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you follow college football, you know there's like a whole bunch of like crazy looking trophies. Like ones that are like literally a jug, like a freaking pig. Looks like $5 bits of broken chairs trophy. That one's my favorite. The $5 bit of broken chairs trophy. That's not an official trophy, but it ended up becoming pretty much a de facto one, in a sense. Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm curious. What is it? What do we got here? What in the world is that? What in the fuck is that? What the hold on, pause. Is that in Uma? Because now I'm curious if that's actually in Uma, and I just never noticed how weird that looked. Yeah, hold on. Wait. Is it in Uma? That's interesting. Well, first of all, what? Is it G? What G is this? I don't even know. Alright, well. Hold on, we're looking through this. Oh my fucking god, it is. Wait, yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, I never noticed that. I mean, I guess the scale of it is not really evident between like the picture and this. Yeah, they turned it sideways so it doesn't look as bad, but like if you look at it from the front like that, I never noticed that, but if you look at it closely now, you got like the person here, and then you got the whatever this is. I don't know if that's like a gun or like a boomerang or something. Like that plus the person. It's like if you look at it from the front, it's like what the hell is this? But if you look at it from the side, it actually looks kind of normal. That's crazy. Okay, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I never. Oh, hold on, now I'm kind of curious and looking at these other trophies, because most of the trophies are pretty standard, right? You got this shit, you got this shit. I mean, you got this with the Washington Memorial or whatever. You got a freaking crown. But for the most part, these are all pretty normal looking. I mean, there's only this is the exception. Like, what the hell is that? Well, let's see if there's anything G3. Oh wow, okay. This is the Derby Challenge Trophy. Some Derby Challenge Trophy. Okay. I'm assuming the real life one is a horse, and they just have it like that because. But yeah, look at that. It's like these are all like relatively normal trophies. Some of them look pretty, you got the little like some of these are like this. The more modern ones. What is this one? Oh, it's the Tokyo Sports High Junior Stakes. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, all these are normal, and then you got whatever New Zealand trophy's on. That's some shit. Okay, hold on. Wait, G1 races. What do we got? I mean, yeah, Pre-Arc de Triomphe. That makes sense. I mean, I know Tenno Fall and Tenno Spring, right, has the... Or no, maybe not. I mean, these are pretty unique. They have the shields. Mile Championship has some crazy things going on here. Shuka Show has, like, the kind of shield as well. Yeah, here we go. Tenno Show. See, both the Tenno shows have, like, the kind of the plaques, which is kind of interesting. Osaka has, like, the triple bowls going. It's kind of funny. What is this? This is a Takamatsu no Miyakinen, I think. This is the short one. That's pretty cool, actually. It's got the whole vase going, the vase, whatever. That's it. Okay, wait, that's actually it. Is that really it? Huh. Otherwise, everything else is pretty normal looking. Yeah, that's... Well, today I learned, you know? And I guess, hold on, I should probably... Well, yeah. Just look for it for yourself if you're interested, because that is something. Damn. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, back to Ines. The trophy is wild. Yeah, that's... Out of all the trophies that we've seen, that definitely is one of them. It's crazy. Like, you have everything that's relatively normal, and then meanwhile you have, like, that one that's just like... Let's just make this... Oh, come on. Okay, surely I can't fail it again. Oh, you're so right. I didn't use any of my dreams. Let's do that right now. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a boomerang. I don't even know. Is that supposed to be a boomerang, or is it just like a didgeridoo or something? I don't. And then there's the man there. So much going on with it. But like I said, you know, college football also has some pretty crazy trophies, like rivalry trophies and stuff that get passed down from generation to generation. It's one of the many things I love about the sport, which unfortunately, that sport, I mean, college athletics is just getting crazily stupid with how NIL has been implemented. It's basically become like, to an extent, pretty much the pro league, because it's like, you know, the whole idea of like unlimited transfers and players getting paid, you know, and then leaving schools just because they want to get paid more and all that, which, you know, credit to them, but it's just like the whole idea of NIL is just completely flipped from what it should be, which is like paying players for doing advertising and stuff, whereas now it's just like paying players, which not how it's supposed to be. It's wild times in the college football landscape, or college football, but college sports, honestly, in general. It's not even just basketball, or it's even stuff like women's sports, like college not college football, college basketball and like baseball and all the different sports to an extent. I think it's just football and basketball that are the money makers that lead to that being as big as it is, but it's wild times out there. Alright, let's see how this ends up being over the good old Santa Anita. Back at it again, it's Santa Anita. Nice, winning by 1 length over Forever Young. Let's get the skills going, and then we'll probably sign it off, because it is honestly getting a bit late, and I want to try and keep a decent schedule in terms of the sleep schedule. Wouldn't you know it, I actually slept at a really reasonable hour yesterday. I slept at like 12 AM, which is actually usually when I go to sleep for the weekends. I was just feeling really tired for whatever reason, so I was like, okay, time to go to bed. And then I woke up at like 8 AM being like, oh, I got 8 hours of sleep. Wow, this is amazing. It's amazing what happens when you keep a consistent sleep schedule. Who knew? Who knew? So yeah, I'll try and do that today, I guess, too. We'll see. We'll see if I don't go to bed. It's like the same thing if I don't like stay up until like 2 AM or whatever, just browsing Reddit and Twitter and stuff. Like I do sometimes. Or like watching random YouTube videos and such. Because that's how it works sometimes. Yeah, let's just get some any random skills here. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright. Moment of truth. Drum roll. See how this one... this is not going to be... I think if I had to guess, UA2. But it's not... It's probably like low... Oh, not even. It's UB... UB8. Yikes. You know what it is? I think it's the fact that the speed didn't get anywhere close to being max. That's literally, I think, all it is to it. Because if it was that, that would have gotten us to at least UA. But, fortunately, that was not the case. Goes to show you it's just how important it is to get the max stats there, because it really does play a big role into getting the high ratings as it does. But let's do the Tachyon event, see how if we got anything good. Ah, there we go. We got the we got one, so I guess I can start looking right now into what we got. I mean, we have a couple of days, so I can just hold on to it for later and really take a look and determine at a later time. But I guess if I want to look now, let's see. Candidates. I mean, this one's not that. All right. The only issue is if I want to do this one, I need to do that for both the blue and the pink aptitudes, so that feels like it's a bit too much an investment. This one might be a decent option only because I think this would then get me... Yeah, because if I do that, then this would get me the 9-star factor for long, and that could actually really be useful in situations. That's another candidate. Maybe one of these Ineses? Potentially. But I won't bore y'all with looking at all this. I'll do it on my own time. So with that being said, I think we'll sign it off. It's not too shabby overall. I mean, we spent like the majority of the stream in Lucky Lilac stuff anyway, so I mean, kind of half of it. So at the end of the day, I got my accomplishment, what I wanted, which was to get Lucky Lilac be the majority of, or the new Uma be the actual kind of focus of this stream. So kind of worked out. So with that, let's jump into just chatting and let's sign things off. But thanks all so much for watching. As usual, we'll kick it off next week. We'll kick it off tomorrow with one of the hidden objects games that I was talking about earlier. So we'll look forward to that. I might start at I've been trying to, and I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I've been doing Sunday streams starting at 5 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. Central Pacific, just because I want to try and. If I want to do a longer stream, it means that, I'm not going to be like going until like 10 and I have to immediately get ready to go to bed. And I think that's a pretty good compromise. So I think I might switch that to be a permanent thing, make the Sunday streams be 5 p.m. and then I think that might end up being fine. So we'll continue that route, so it'll be 5 p.m. Tomorrow on the Pacific time zone. So whatever time zone that is for y'all, I don't know, but we'll figure that out. So and I'll post the details on the socials. But till then, it's been Shino the Penguin as always. Thanks all for the 5th time that I said that, and have a good rest of your Saturday night or whatever day time it may be. And hope to see you all tomorrow. And till then, have a good one. Thank you. Goodbye.